going down. Skip, chicken and watermelon on New Orleans Talk Network. Boom. Let's go.
Holla at you, man, in the app with us. And we gonna make this thing on the top of New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real sports. And not only sports, it's the everyday activity in life, man.
Yo, what's up? It's Poogle Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night, Thursday free seafood night, Friday 3-for-1 happy hour, Saturdays ladies night and always open for parties, and then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey, it's your girl Black Coco, and tune in with me Thursdays at 9 p.m. where we talk everything sex, from the latest sex topics to the latest sex trends and a few exotic dancers. Plus, you never know who might drop in. Tune in with me on the Pleasure Hour, only on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Part 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
Whoa. See, it didn't pop the bomb, man. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to FanView Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Listen, this is your boy, Fred.
G Sports in the building, man. Glad to be back. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, baby. Coach Hurricane here.
Yeah, baby. I'm glad y'all back, baby.
Three amigos are back together.
There it is. All of us in the building. Listen, thanks y'all for tuning in. Y'all know we got a lot to talk about today. Y'all already know what it is we're talking about. We're going to have them conversations. LeBron, KD, Kyrie Irving. A lot of talk going on around since the playoffs over with now. Yeah. Gotta have them conversations that we've all been waiting to have. Them GOAT conversations. Kevin Durant conversations. Kyrie Irving kind of conversations. NBA offseason kind of conversations. And football right there around the corner, baby. We gotta talk about the top 5 running backs heading into 2018. Boy, this is gonna be a great show. Thank y'all for everybody for tuning in. Add a friend, tag a friend. Y'all know what it is. It's us as fans. So we sit down and talk sports for the next 2 hours. It's gonna be jam-packed. Y'all get ready. But y'all know what I do every time before I get ready to start this show. I always give a shout and salute to the armed forces and military. The Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, First Responders, local police department, local fire department. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts for what y'all do each and every day. We can't thank y'all enough. If no one gives y'all a big shout and salute, the panel here from FanView gonna give y'all that what y'all deserve. Thank y'all so much for what y'all say, what y'all do. Now, it's time to get on the pop and talk about some sports. NBA Finals is over with.
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors won.
Yeah.
Swept the Cavs.
Okay.
The question is now that the Finals is over with, LeBron James, is he the GOAT? Is he not the GOAT? And if he's not the GOAT, who is? Tough conversation. Gotta have it.
The lights are bright.
The lights are bright.
Fred, you on the mic.
I'm on the mic. Listen, I'm gonna start this off right now early.
I can't wait to hear this. Can't wait to hear this one.
Is LeBron James one of the GOATs? Yes, he is.
No, it's not.
Is he the GOAT?
What's the word?
This is why you
changed it? What's the word?
Is he the GOAT? Is he the greatest of all time? No. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the GOAT. He's the #1 overall player in the history of the game. This guy's been in 19 All-Star appearances. This guy leads the league, all-time leader in scoring. He's 3rd all-time in rebounds. He's 2nd all-time in blocks. This guy has been to he's been to, I think, 8 NBA Finals, I believe. He's won 6 of them. This guy's resume is impeccable. He's been a leader 4 times in blocks in the season. And this guy has won on every level that he's played on. High school, UCLA, and in the pros. So who is the greatest of all time? I'm not making the numbers up. You can go look him up. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Will anybody probably surpass that guy as the GOAT of basketball? I don't think so. That guy is the greatest. He's the GOAT. Shall I take?
You know, Fred, sometimes I wonder where you come up with these things. You know, you just gonna surpass. I wanna be like Mike. How you just gonna disrespect MJ like that?
Because Michael Jordan hasn't surpassed Kareem.
Why? Because he don't have more points than it?
He don't have more blocks or rebounds.
Sometimes
it's not a bad thing.
Listen. At the end of the day, do I think Kareem is one of the greats of all time? Do I think he's probably a top 5, top 7 player of all time? Probably so. But for you to say he's the greatest of all time,
it's the GOAT.
I don't know what happened to you when you was in South Beach this past week on vacation.
I found you.
But I'm gonna tell you like this.
Tell him, G.
MJ revolutionized the game, and that's facts. He had people sticking their tongue out. He had people chewing the gum. He's 6-0 in the finals. He's a 6-time NBA Finals MVP. 14, he been selected to the All-Star team 14 years in a row. I mean, no, that's unprecedented. 10-time All-NBA first team. He was a lot of people don't know this. He was the NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 1988.
Yikes.
9-time first team All-Defensive NBA team. Rookie of the Year. 10-time scoring champion. 3-time NBA steals leader. Was the dunk contest winner 2 times. And we all know what kind of show he put on for the dunk contest.
He did the same dunks.
I don't care. You show me somebody that could do it how he did it.
Vince.
Stop. Back then when Jordan was doing it, nobody was doing it. Yet Vince had to come a whole decade and a half later to do what he did.
He did all Dr. J. Jones.
He made it look way better than what Dr. J. He made it look way better. My point is this. And he's an Olympic champion. My point is this. The things that MJ accomplished in his career, it ain't too many people can say they done those same things he's done. 6-0 in the final. Magic 3-2.
Magic had 5 championships.
5. Well, how many he lost? 2?
I think he lost 2. He lost 2 with 2. Kareem won 6.
Right. Kareem won 6. Kareem lost in the finals 2.
Yeah, he lost with Magic.
My point is this. For MJ to go to the finals 6 times and not lose 1 says a lot. And if he don't go play baseball to go get a new challenge in life.
You say he beat your Rockets twice?
I don't know. I don't know because
so he beat your Rockets twice.
I don't know because I always said that would have been his hardest finals if he'd have won against that Rockets team with Akeem Olajuwon. So that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is just think if he don't go play baseball, he wins those championships.
So how many All-Star appearances Michael Jordan has?
14.
Kareem has 19.
Kareem played longer.
Is that Kareem's fault?
I'm just saying. And Mike took 2 years off.
Is that Kareem's fault?
I'm just saying. And then sometime, man, we gotta go with the eye test. We gotta go with the eye test. Man, come on, dog. The things Jordan did in his era. Skyhook is
now, Grant, we're not born
at
the time.
One of the most unstoppable moves in the history of the game. So is MJ's fadeaway. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this. What Michael Jordan did since he got in the league in 1984 to the time he left with the Washington Wizards. I don't think we'll ever see another player
iconic as him
do what he did. I'm talking about from on a court.
He's the best.
Off the court.
He's the best guard to ever play basketball.
He's the best player. He's the best player when it comes to clutch in like the plays Jordan made in the finals, in the playoff games, and all the iconic performance he did in Madison Square Garden, in Boston Garden against Bird and them, scoring 62. He's done a lot of iconic things. Things that you will all remember as a child.
Right.
So
he's iconic. He's the most iconic basketball player, but we talking about the greatest.
And look, this man is Jordan is the reason why people like Patrick Ewing, who's a Hall of Fame center, Karl Malone, who is the all-time leader in points, never got a ring. Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, the Rain Man.
Gary Payton got a ring.
Huh? Man, come on, man. That don't count.
He got it.
Miami.
Come on, man. That don't count. That don't count, man. That don't count, man.
Got a chance.
Charles Barkley and Kevin Johnson. Charles Barkley was the MVP of the league that year, 94. Yeah. He made when he played the Lakers, he got his first championship. He stopped James Worthy and the Magic Johnson from getting that championship.
Kareem wasn't on that team.
That team still was good for the Lakers. Clyde Drexler, Clyde the Glide. This man went against some iconic players.
But Clyde got a ring in Houston. I know he beat him in Portland. I got you. I understand what you're saying.
That was Clyde in his prime. Clyde was in Houston. Clyde was on the tail end of his career. For all the time at Carter with him. Okay? He wasn't even rocking the receding hairline no more. He went straight ball.
But let me know what Michael Jordan, when we talk about greats, I look at all-time numbers. And I might ask myself one question. And I'm going to let you go, Coach Hen. You have to lead in some statistics all time. We were talking about you were one of the greatest of all time.
The man averaged 30.1 for his career. He averaged 30.1 for his career.
And Kareem has 38,000 points and he has 32,000. He leads the all-time leading scorer.
Man, like I just
somebody had to lead in something.
Look, like I just said, I'm not trying to like downplay the stats that Kareem put up, and like I say,
because he had to produce them.
Kareem is a top 5, top 7 player all time in my mind. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you got to go off the eye test. Kareem dominated games, but he didn't dominate games like Jordan. He didn't dominate games like Jordan, though.
That's because we didn't watch those games.
And Kareem played around better talent. He didn't. He played around a lot of Hall of Fame type players.
That's because he was the Hall of Fame player. The only true Hall of Fame player was Magic.
Stop, man. James Worthy?
You tripping now. You going to stop that.
Byron Scott, all them boys.
So you trying to tell me Byron Scott was going to be a Hall of Famer if Kareem and Magic went on his teammates?
Magic was going to be one. James Worthy was going
to be one. You listen. That man was around a great supporting cast. Jordan was around Pippen and everybody else. For him to go 6-0 in the finals against those iconic, he went against people with like some serious tandems. Clyde Drexler and those boys, Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Gary Payton, and Sean Kemp.
The best iconic team he played with the Utah Jazz. They had 2 Hall of Famers. The rest of them you just named had 1.
They had 3.
The Jazz.
They had 3.
Yeah, I'm talking
the best Knicks teams he beat with Patrick Ewing them.
Are we serious right now?
Yes, I'm serious. That Knicks team was tough. They used to go against every year.
That Knicks team had
that Pistons teams he beat. Them Pistons team when he beat Bill and Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars and all them boys.
He didn't beat them in the 80s when they mad. When they really good, they beat them in the 90s when they were old.
Man, he beat them in the 89-90 season. That's the year when Pippen was getting the headaches. And Isaiah walked off the court before the game ended.
The whole Pistons team.
Come on, man. That man beat some iconic teams. That's my whole point. And he beat them. And let's not forget.
And Kareem
don't act like Scottie Pippen was just an offensive guru. Scottie Pippen was known for his defense. Now he could make shots.
He was a mid-range.
And he was athletic. And he was athletic. But Scottie wasn't known for getting buckets. Let's not be stupid. Scottie was known for locking down. Scottie was known for running the flow.
So my bad. That Bulls team that Jordan retired from didn't win 57 games. Then they get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
What year?
Both. The year he retired. They got to the conference finals.
Okay, so what's your point?
My point is that team was still good.
What team?
That Bulls team. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals.
You're missing my point. I'm not saying that they wasn't good. I'm saying his supporting cast wasn't good compared to the teams he was going against. Those next teams, boy, with John Stokes, Derek Harper, Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing.
They almost beat that Knicks team without Jordan. They got to the conference finals.
You heard say almost. Almost.
They needed him.
Almost.
But they got there.
Almost.
They were a great team. They would have got there again without him. He was a great player. But is he the best of all time?
That Sonic scene he beat with Nate McMillan, Hersey Hawkins, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, Sam Perkins.
Don't forget about that Shrimp.
Detlef Shrimp. Man, that was a good Sonics team. I think they beat the people 4-1. 4-2. Whatever. Tomato.
No.
So my thing is, like I say, I'm about to let you go, big hand. And sometimes we gotta go with the eye test, man. You remember what Jordan used to do back in the day, man?
I did. I watched Jordan.
It's so many performers that come out in your mind that you be like this.
That's because I didn't get to see Kareem. I was going by the numbers.
That's your problem.
No, the numbers tell me a lot.
The numbers will mislead you at times in life.
Before I go, I get to some of these comments. Marty B says, facts, Kareem. DJ 504 says, I don't know why folks are having this GOAT conversation. Kareem is that guy. Marty said, Kobe's number 2, LeBron's number 3, Bill Russell's number 4, and Jordan is 5. Haynes Johnson said, numbers don't lie, G. Marty said that Mike didn't win 3 NCAA titles, G. He ran the 60s, 70s, 80s since college to the NBA, tripping. And MJ Dick Rider was new. What's new? Talk about what he did with the Wizards. And we just got a lot of people on with Kareem.
Man, y'all sleep. Kareem had a ways of better supporting cast than Jordan. That's my argument today.
Cool. What you got, Coach?
Here's my thing. I told you once, I told you time and time again. To me, there's no such thing as the GOAT. There's no such thing as the greatest player of all time. For facts, it's a generational type thing. If you grew up in the 50s, you would say Pete Maravich was the GOAT. If you grew up in the 60s, 70s, Kareem is that guy. 60s, Dr. J, Bill Russell, Kareem, Larry Bird, the list goes, it changes for what generation you grew up in. So it's a list. It'll always be everybody, depending on how you grew up, depending on what, and then also depending on what area you grew up in, also show you, because you got some people who might have not seen Larry Bird play because they stayed on West Coast. They didn't have the technology that we had. Then they didn't see Bird to the playoff time. Okay, here's where I go with this. First of all, it's a team sport. How can you be the greatest of all time in a team sport? That baffles me. Maybe it's because I'm a coach. Maybe it's because I think that, because this is the thing. It's not a one-on-one league. It's 5 men on the court at a time. So you can't be the greatest with a team aspect. Because if you go by that, Jordan got swept in the first round.
3 times. Well, I'm sorry, twice.
You know what I'm saying?
Twice.
If you go by that, LeBron's got swept.
Twice in the finals.
Kareem's got swept. No, I mean, Kareem's lost conference finals.
Yeah.
Magic's lost. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. That's why it baffles me that we have the greatest. Somebody you have to label somebody to go. This is not an end. Now, if we were talking about tennis, golf, one of that, all right, you got to get to go for that because it's individual. Nobody else determines the impact of the game. When a guy goes, this usually was present. When a guy goes 51 with a triple double, and he loses the game because of miss free throw, a coach not calling a timeout, and a bonehead play by a veteran guy. You can't blame him. So if y'all want to know who the damn GOAT is, let me tell you this: it's Jesus Christ. Let's go, because this would honestly go down to you'll never win this conversation, because if you say Jordan's the GOAT. And you ask, all right, what's your qualifications for the GOAT? He got the most rings. We say, well, you lost that one because Bill Russell got the most rings. So why he's not talked about the GOAT? Then you talk about, all right, well, who got the numbers? Well, Fred just gave you the numbers. If you go by the numbers, Kareem is the GOAT. If you go by impact of the game, well, look, you can't just say Jordan impacted the game because he didn't just revolutionize the game. Look, when Kareem played, they changed rules for Kareem. This is facts. When Kareem played, and when Wilt played, those guys got rules changed for them. there was never a rule change for Jordan.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq changed rules. AI changed rules. Never one for Jordan. So he'll lose that confidence. Now you talking about total overall iconic. Look,
he surpasses everybody by far.
But then you look at one thing too. Pistol Pete is the logo of the NBA. It's been since he came into the league, and he hadn't laced them up since the 60s. And here it is, 2018, and when you put the NBA on, you still see his logo up there. That's an icon. You look at what Kobe's done. Kobe's brought the international game into effect. Yao Ming, that's iconic for that. Look,
well,
AI.
Is it fair to say position by position then?
To me,
like point guard, small forward, shooting guard.
Not everybody will have their own, but to me, I cannot name somebody a GOAT in a team sport. That's why. Because
by the way, someone said Jerry West is the logo, not Pete Maravich.
Well, that motherfucker too. but when you just think about it, I think this is just something for NBA. Because when you talk about NFL, they just started talking about Tom Brady. They kept saying Tom Brady was the GOAT, but then that conversation quickly shifted to, well, you know what, he's the greatest quarterback.
You're going by position now.
Because you have to. It's a team sport. Because look.
So Jordan's the greatest shooting guard to ever play basketball.
And then,
the king could be the greatest center. Well, if he ain't the GOAT, then, I mean, obviously, who's the better center?
I'm taking Shaq.
But you know what? I'm not going to argue with you on that. I'm not going to argue with you on that.
That's no disrespect to Kareem.
I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Kareem is one of the greatest, but
Shaquille O'Neal is what we saw.
And I'm not so much saying Shaq is better than Kareem, but I'm taking
Impact.
Right. I'm taking
this
Shaq.
Is right. To me, and I can't argue on that.
To me,
I wouldn't debate you on that.
And I'm not just saying because Shaq was my favorite player ever to lace him up.
Jason Terry, Shaq.
But this is the thing. I watched tapes of Kareem. Kareem was finesse. You know, he was power on fast breaks, but he was finesse.
Shaquille O'Neal was dominant.
The Dream was finesse with it. Now, you talk about bangers. All right, now you put what's up? I got his name, the ugly ass haircut. Patrick Ewing's and the Zoes and all them.
David
like,
Robinson.
Those were bangers. Like, he was a defensive specialist, really. Like,
David Robinson, okay.
He just scored because of his system.
Right.
But then I look at somebody, motherfucker, that just dominated. Look, Shaquille demanded a triple team in the paint. That's unstoppable. Just could you imagine? And when I think about that, I think about, all right.
Now Jason Terry makes a great point here.
If you put Shaq in this league, he getting one-on-one because the three-point is so deadly now, and you not you know what I'm saying. So what do you do?
I think Shaquille O'Neal still dominant. I think Jason Terry says it best. Easy way to settle it: pick your starting five all time, and that would probably be.
Say if I do that, I'm gonna pick a lot of people from the '90s, and might be a couple of people from
the '80s.
No, ain't gonna be a couple of people from this era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is, your starting five, my starting five would probably be, let's just say I say Magic, Jordan, LeBron. I'm gonna take Karl Malone. A lot of people take Tim Duncan. And
I'm taking Kevin Garnett over both of them. But keep going.
Shaq.
I think we kind of getting off the subject. Kareem is great in his own right. But my thing is, I think more so why I'm so predicated to talking about Jordan as the GOAT, and it kind of feeling like it's disrespectful for people to say that Kareem is better than him, because I feel like Jordan just had more of an all-around game than Kareem. And most people that people gonna talk about as the GOAT, people gonna probably throw LeBron in there, but I just don't think LeBron. You can't put LeBron next to Jordan just off the simple fact of he's 3-6 in the finals now.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
When I start thinking about GOAT all the time, I start thinking about what the players accomplish all time. What his statistics all
time.
Statistically.
I mean, just like
categories. Just rebounds and assists and
right. But you talk about numbers and stuff like that. Kareem won 6 titles. Jordan won 6 titles.
Right.
Jordan went undefeated. Now, out of them 6 titles Kareem won, he only got the Finals MVP twice.
But that doesn't define how great he's not is. That's a
If you're the GOAT, you're supposed to be the Finals MVP all 6 times.
That don't mean that.
If you're the GOAT, if you're the GOAT, think about what you're saying. Greatest of all time. I won 6 championships, and I was only the Finals MVP twice. So you're like,
well, he was hurt one of them.
So what about
his first one?
What about the other 5?
You know, so that counts. So 2 out of the 5, he got 2.
Like he won Finals MVP in 71. He won the next one in 85.
But then another thing too.
So
coaching plays into this too. Huge. Jordan had the greatest coach of all time. The second one, look, Pat Riley ain't no slouch either.
Right.
Kareem had him. What LeBron got as a coach? Paul Silas, Mike Brown, David Black. So, who the guy? Look. My coach got stepped over. My coach got stepped over. Look, you can't tell me nothing.
When you listen, bro, this is my thing. When Jordan decided, guess what? I'm about to take him out of this game. That's what happened. He locked down his defender. I mean, his opposition. Made sure he had him on clamps. I can't say the same thing for Kareem. Now, Kareem was a good defensive player. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it wasn't to the degree of Jordan. But then for Jordan for him to win that many scoring titles, for him to average 30.1 for his career, and win defensive player of the year and get first team all defensive team all them times, dog, that said a lot of the type of player you was on both sides of the court.
He was a great player. But
he's more than a great player.
He's iconic. He's the greatest.
I still stand by what I say about the GOAT situation. But I just look at, all right, when Kareem played, the postman dominated.
Yes.
And you won't get that post era no more. And it was a hellified Hall of Fame list.
And he was the best other bunch.
Well, look, when Jordan played, like, all right, who's the next best shooting guard? Clyde.
Who was third? John Starks?
No, hell no.
But who was third?
I can't remember back then, but
see my point.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? But
Dominique Wilkins, all them boys.
He was a small
forward. He was a wing.
That's a wing. That's the same.
I'm talking about like now.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah,
Reggie Miller. Okay, Reggie.
You know what I'm saying? But you know the pickings was slim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not saying that, I'm not taking away for how good he was, but the pickings was damn slim for you say
during the 90s.
Where you could say like, all right, who could we put up there in that class with him? No.
It wasn't nobody in his position.
No.
He was a one-man show.
Just look at, like, all right, let's just use the small forward position right now. LeBron, KD,
Kawhi, Paul George.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, look how many people you could put up in there and say, all right, I would. And it's at the point where, I wouldn't mind having that motherfucker on my team.
Right.
I wouldn't mind having. Right. When you can only name 3 people. Look, when Kareem played, Wilt, Bill Laimbeer, Larry Bird, Larry Nance, Bill Russell,
Wilt.
I said Wilt, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale.
They had guys.
The list goes on and on. John Sally, Rodman.
They had guys.
You know, so like, okay, I wouldn't expect Kurt Rambis.
They had guys.
You wouldn't mind picking up from none of them.
Now, I'm going to read Chris Cooper comment because we got to get ready to take a break. He said, sorry, off the topic, who's the GOAT? I'm a coach. Hard to say the best ever because it's hard to compare players of different eras, talent, skill set, rule changes. And also, they also played at different positions. Equals ain't no GOAT. Thanks, Coach. And the mind,
that's what I'm talking about, man.
And the mind key that T says Jordan would dominate in today's league.
He would.
I wouldn't.
And answer this before we go to break, since you want to talk about numbers. Jordan averaged 30.1 for his career. Kareem averaged 24.
Kareem finished with 36,000 points. Michael Jordan finished with 29,000 points as a Bull.
He averaged 30 for his career.
If he retired as a Bull, he only had 29,000 points total. So he still would have been 9,000 points short.
Averaged 30 for his career. Kareem averaged 24.
He'd have been 9,000 points short.
See, Saeed trying to
Hey,
get away from that.
That's why I say you can't do the GOAT thing because you can't talk about rings because Jordan's not gonna win that conversation.
No,
you can't talk about points because Jordan's not gonna win that conversation.
Can't talk about rebounds or assists. He's not going to win that conversation.
But my point, dog, like I say, sometimes we gotta really just look back and think about what he did when he was in his league, bro.
He's iconic, dog. Look. I don't ever say that from him.
Look,
that dude is iconic.
Look back. Look, before he was goddamn Kareem, look back when he was Lou Alcindor. That motherfucker ball. Look, he balled twice. He balled as Lou Alcindor and he balled as Kareem. Jordan just balled as Jordan. That man balled twice.
It sounds like I'm hating, but it's easy to do that when you're going against people that's 6'4". No. I mean, goddamn. I mean, when he was Lou Alcindor, the tallest person on the court, like 6'5".
No, Wilt was playing.
Man, and
missed 100 points.
So when he didn't play Wilt, who he was going against?
I don't know.
People that was 6'4", 6'5".
And Wilt did have a 50-point plus season.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like Jordan. Jordan had it tougher.
When Jordan wasn't guarding Joe Dumars, Reggie Miller, Clyde Drexler, who the fuck was he guarding?
Man, I'm about to pull up the.
Come on now. I mean, we go back.
I can't remember about the guards back then.
Cause let's not remember. Cause let's not remember. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't have a dog in this fight, but I'm barking right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's not forget when Jordan tried to play the new age shit. When a young man by the name of A.K.A. came out that motherfucker, what happened? In out 35. Thank you. And I'm wearing your shoes, nigga.
Now listen, we got to go get a break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back in the next minute and a half. Next topic is going to be Destination LeBron James. Y'all don't go nowhere, man. This is FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. New Orleans Talk Network.
The coach is always right.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Live Line, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey, it's your girl Black Coco, and tune in with me Thursdays at 9 p.m. where we talk everything sex, from the latest sex topics to the latest sex trends and a few exotic dancers. Plus, you never know who might drop in. Tune in with me on the Pleasure Hour, only on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30, with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix for 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. That was an intense conversation.
Hell of a way to start the show.
Hell of a way to start the show.
That would happen with the three amigos back in town. That would happen.
It gets real in the battlefield. It gets real. Who was the GOAT? Oh my God, we still intense in there. It's intense in there. That's what it's all about, though, baby. Well, listen, we got to have this conversation. Obviously, shifting gears. LeBron James swept in the finals. Disappointing loss. Now that the finals is over with, LeBron James come out here, you know, he got a cast on his arm, you know, making, you know, saying, you know, he played with a broke left hand. LeBron, as much as
it was a bruised contusion.
LeBron, as much as I'm a fan, I'm not buying it. Unless you punch the locker room, because it obviously didn't happen on the court. I know the emotion take over the game, but it is what it is. But here's our question to everybody posting up there. Destination LeBron.
First
where he's going.
Hold on, I gotta get to the Jason Terry comments. Can we please go back to the Pleasure Hour?
DeMond Baptiste makes a great point. Jordan left years on the table. He left the game dominant.
It shifted.
Just wanted to bring it out there right quick.
To DeMond,
It shifted.
One, he shifted, and two, it ain't Kareem's fault that he retired. Should have kept playing.
Shift this thing, man.
Hey, destination LeBron. Where is LeBron James headed this offseason? G Sports?
Man, as bad as I want to be selfish right now and say, look, he need to come on to Houston.
Oh, you got the money.
I mean, we could make it happen. We gonna just basically break up our whole team. For him to come to Houston, we would have to get rid of Clint Capella, get rid of Eric Gordon. We have to just move a lot of things around and try to get a whole bunch of people to come in on some mid-level exception.
Not exactly, but
yeah.
I looked at the numbers, maybe not completely.
I'm telling you, we would have to get rid of Clint Capella and Eric Gordon probably. Like I'm telling you that like
Ryan Anderson could be thrown in the deal.
Who?
Nobody's gonna take that that contract.
Yeah, like,
that boy get
48,
2 years for $48 million.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Stop.
So
I mean, LeBron leaving. Okay,
so
you gotta get something.
So my point is him coming to Houston. I think it's a small. I think stranger things will happen.
Mm-hmm.
It is a chance, but I highly doubt it. You know, as bad as I want it to happen, I don't see it happening. The next scenario I was looking at was him going to the Celtics, and the reason why I said that is because they could easily get a sign and trade, and because the Celtics have so many assets, they could send to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with and both teams can benefit from the trade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can see that happening.
Right.
That's more realistic. But I still don't think that happens because I don't see Dan Gilbert trading him to a team in the East. I don't see it happening. And then you got to face him. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it happening. The most realistic option, and I think that LeBron really should really consider doing this. And from reports that came out, they say his son enrolled at high school, the same school that Cassius Stanley go to.
Yeah.
If you don't know what it is, one of the top players in the nation for 2019. He just enrolled at high school in California. So, I mean, I don't know if LeBron's tipping his hand early. I don't know. I don't think he'll be that stupid.
Right.
So, I don't know what to make of this. But I think that him and Chris Paul need to be talking. Y'all both been talking about y'all want to play together before y'all retire.
Yeah.
Y'all need to be on the phone with Paul George. Go take a trip somewhere. Go to Punta Cana.
Punta Cana.
You know what I'm saying? Go to Italy. Wherever the hell y'all want to go. Go sit down. Bring your spouses with you. Go have a good time. You know, go on a banana boat. Talk about this. See how y'all can make this work. Call Magic. FaceTime him. Magic, look. We won't come to L.A. We won't make this happen. Nah. For that to happen, they're going to have to move some things around. They're going to have to get rid of Caldwell Pope. They got to get rid of Julius Randle.
Caldwell Pope gone
already gone.
Well, yeah, he was the one he signed a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
They're going to have to let a lot of people go.
And they're not re-signing Julius Randle.
Right. The important pieces that they have to keep in place to make sure this team is a championship contender team, you got to keep Brandon Ingram and you got to keep Kuzma. You got to keep them in place. And I think they can make that happen. The hard thing about what the Lakers going to have to do is Luol Deng. This is the worst contract in basketball. They owe this man $32 million for the next 2 years. Now they
that ain't the worst. Ryan Anderson got 48.
I'm just saying. These Ryan Anderson playing. Luol Deng ain't playing.
You know what? He got a better point.
Luol Deng is not playing.
Then he had a better point.
I didn't even see him play. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't watch the Lakers play.
Yeah, I did. He didn't play. So my thing is, if they cut him,
now Jason Terry says LeBron and LeVar Ball would be a disaster.
But if you cut Luol Deng, they still own the $32 million, but you can spread it out between 5 years.
Yes.
So you can play him $7 million, which it doesn't hit the cap as hard.
Right.
So, but what I would do if I'm the Lakers, guess what? Man, I'm trading 2 first-round picks for somebody to take that big contract on. So I can get LeBron, Chris Paul, and Paul George. And you add that with Kuzma and Brandon Ingram, and you add a couple people for middle-level exception, because people going to be ring chasing. People going to be ring chasing.
They still got Brook.
Yeah, you got to get rid of Brook. Brook got to go. He making too much money. He making too much money. He breaking the bank.
I'm getting, what about Ball?
Who?
Lonzo
probably got to go.
I was saying,
he probably got to go too. But Lonzo contract is not hurting him. So Lonzo, maybe you need to
his
come
game is.
He's a rookie. Give him a break. Maybe Lonzo needs to come off the bench and learn from Chris Paul for a couple years. Chris Paul got about 2-3 years for the time catching up with him, man, as hell. But my point is this:
the whole banana boat crew had gone.
This is the most realistic scenario, I think. You already got a house in L.A.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Magic Johnson. You know,
who the coach?
Who wouldn't want to? Wouldn't.
Okay.
Who wouldn't want to go on a historic franchise like the Lakers and go play for somebody like Magic Johnson and play under them lights every night at Staples? I think it's a no-brainer. I hate the Lakers with a passion. I hate the Lakers more than I hate Whoopi Goldberg gums. But I think that is the best situation, and I do think if they make that happen, they dethrone the Warriors.
Ooh. Now this is how I feel about it. First of all, I don't think it's a no-brainer. 3 spots. The Lakers are the third team on the spot for me. The second is the Celtics. Why the Celtics? G named every reason why. Don't need to go back into that. And the reason why the Celtics, one of the biggest reasons I think LeBron has went above and beyond these last 2 seasons, speaking about Brad Stevens as a coach. Mm-hmm. How playing in a system with Brad Stevens would take the stress off of a player and extend their career because he knows how to get multiple people involved just by running sets. The last couple of years, well, since LeBron's been in Cleveland, he hadn't had a set call for him.
Right.
You know, it's him directed. Everybody moves out the way and let LeBron do what LeBron do. That's a big reason. And then you have Gordon Hayward coming back, who will dominate in the East because he did damage in the West. So of course he's gonna dominate in the East. And you got a young tandem of Tatum. You got Al Horford, who's found new legs. You got Brown. You got I think Smart would be gone.
Do you keep Kyrie?
To me, no. Kyrie's gone. That opens up, especially after his comments. You know, that opens up the bank. You know, that gives you another asset piece because somebody's gonna give you some type of compensation for him. You know, and to me, that's a historic franchise. You're still in the East. You know what you're gonna get, and then you got more help than you look. If LeBron goes to that team, that's more help than he had when he was with the Heat, and more help than what he had since all his years combined at the Cavaliers. To me, the best spot for him, 76ers. You got LeBron 2.0 and Ben Simmons, who could be your running mate. That would give you probably the most scariest wing combination you got coming down court, especially with Embiid in the middle. You got pieces like Covington. You got Fultz who will be coming. He had an injury plague, bouncing back. And here's the thing: they got the cap room. They don't have to let go of no assets. You got Sarge. You know what I'm saying? You could do some things with your bench because you don't have a cap issue because all of the people that I just named are on rookie deals because you trust your process. So you got a whole team full of first-round picks, first overall picks for cheap, and you bring in the vet. And LeBron has went out and spoke highly about the Sixers coach as well.
Brett Brown come from under Popovich.
Yeah. So LeBron is. I thought this at first going into this, I thought the Spurs was probably the open shut. Clay was gonna win it. Right. He was gonna talk to Kawhi and go with Pop, but then Pop came out saying, "Look, he don't think he's gonna make it past 2020." And coaching, especially with the loss of his wife and everything.
He may have a season
left.
That's
what I'm saying. That's one season. You don't want to get there and start trying to get things running, and then especially if y'all win it that year, Pop's gone.
Right.
And then that's the hugest spot in all sports to fill. Who comes behind him? So I think to me, the Sixers and the Celtics have the best option because one, you won't have to destroy the whole team just to get them. Two, you got coaches that'll make it easier. And three is still in the East. Now, with the Lakers, to me that's the hardest thing to sell because one, you gotta hope Paul George come with you. You gotta hope Chris Paul Chris Paul your friend. They probably one of your best friends. But it's hard to turn down $200-something million for 5 years. Something that can just Chris Paul got money, but he ain't got LeBron money. LeBron is good. LeBron is great. He got a lifetime deal. Chris Paul, he got his little State Farm and all that stuff. But he got to settle. He got to get ready for life after basketball. Right. LeBron is ready. If LeBron say, you know what, I'm done. His life is secure. He's still set. You know what I'm saying? But the Sixers and the Celtics, because the Celtics are in the same situation as they spent money last year on Gordon Hayward. That's their biggest contract. Because Kyrie's still underneath the deal from the Cavaliers. So, hey, you got a lot of wiggle room. Ship Kyrie to the Pelicans. Take Solomon Nappy Hill contract haircut from, buy him out, put LeBron there, go win that thing.
Jason Terry says conversation pointless. No matter where he goes, he can't be Golden State. Stop.
Ooh,
you going far by that. You going far by that. Newton Handy says Lakers, Spurs, Pelicans. Jason Terry says LeBron Lavar will be a disaster. Newton Handy says 76ers, LeBron standing east, no question. Then Anthony Ruffin says bring him to New Orleans with AD and Rondo. Newton Handy says Pelicans. Man, look. I would love to see him in New Orleans. And to be honest with you, bro, I'm trying. I don't understand why this ain't a destination for him, like a possible destination for him. I'm not saying, look, we should be the favorite. No. Why the Pelicans not talked about? You know what I'm saying? AD is a top 3 player, top 4 player in the league. Rondo is one of the best orchestrators, one of the best quarterbacks in the damn NBA. And you got somebody like Drew Holiday,
one of the best two-way players.
Both of them can't stay. One of them will have to go.
Who?
To bring in LeBron, one of them will have to go.
No, Rondo just can't, because Rondo won't get paid. Right. Rondo, if LeBron coming, Rondo got to be like this.
Give me $2 million.
Give me a little more 1 year deal for $2 million, whatever like that.
Correct. Give me 1 year, $2 million.
That nigga say, man, look, I'm not going to play with Alvin Gentry. Facts.
Well, I might be a problem there. But I think that it would be a good, I think what Cleveland has to come to the conclusion that I think LeBron has made a decision. Listen, how I look at it is LeBron did what he needed to do for Cleveland. He came back 4 seasons. He got a title. They went to 4 championships. He won 1. He did his due diligence for the land. I won a title. Cleveland got to get in their mind.
They broke the curse.
They broke the curse, and guess what? He's leaving. So if you're Dan Gilbert right now, this is about if you can get some sign and trade going on to where, hey, look, you could get something back in return. Now, this guy, LeBron James, is going to make his own decision. But the question is there a possibility where you can make a deal in place to get something back in return for LeBron James? You don't want to end up in a situation like Kevin Durant when you got nothing for that type of caliber of player. So the destinations I see, third on my list, Miami. Only because of this guy maybe seeing legacy and say, okay, maybe I don't want to play for 3 or 4 different teams in my career. Maybe this is still a destination here. And plus, Miami can make some sign and trade deals where Hassan Whiteside, that bad contract they have, they can ship that back. They can ship the James Johnson contract back and get LeBron James, maybe even trade Kevin Love into it. Not possibility, but third on my list. I'm looking at from a sign and trade standpoint, assets coming back, access coming back in return. Cleveland still got the 8th overall pick. They're going to use that situation there depending on who falls to them to try to build their franchise around. But they're looking at, okay, this is one situation here. Second situation I would probably see is would have been San Antonio. Greg Popovich, but when he came out with that news recently, I don't think that's the situation. I think from a basketball standpoint, the San Antonio Spurs made the best sense because Greg Popovich will be that ultimate coach that he never had from a basketball sense. Kawhi Leonard can still be there. You still got LaMarcus Aldridge. You still got some players down there. You go finally come into the West. I think that's one of the better Western Conference teams from a basketball standpoint. He said, man, he could really take the next 3 or 4 years of his career and really play for one of the best coaches, arguably, of all time.
The thing about that scenario is and Maverick, his best friend, Maverick Carter, has came out a bevy of times and said this, that LeBron doesn't want to go to a market like San Antonio.
It's too small. That's the biggest. That's the hardest part.
That's disturbing to me because that's LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Why do you need to go to somewhere where it's a big market? You gonna make the market wherever you go.
Where you go.
So you can go to the market if you want. It don't matter.
You're the market. You're the brand.
Right. So, but
maybe he's trying to enhance his brand. Small, like look,
and that goes to my number one destination.
He made Cleveland.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Look,
you telling me if he go to San Antonio for 2 years,
his brand is going to
diminish? No,
it's not.
You don't know, like look, one thing I've learned about, you know, just watching LeBron and watching LeBron off the court, like he has a goal in mind. Boom, boom. Like it's every decision that he moves, it doesn't just affect him on the court, it affects him off the court.
Yeah, he's a family man.
You know, like when he went, like one of the main reasons why he picked Miami, he had like 10 startups down there. Went down there, helped the startups, boom, 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 got him into the Cuban market, then he went back home. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, like, all right, look, I got the Cuban market, maybe I'm trying to reach somewhere out there, Canada, you know, you never know. Because, like, look, he's set for after, so you don't know what.
And that goes
to
my third destination, the Lakers. I mean, the number one destination, The number one destination being the Lakers. Because when you start looking at, the Lakers did something that no other team did. They prepared themselves for this day. They moved around situation. They moved around assets. The Lakers has the most cap. They're the only team going into this offseason that can sign 2 max guys. They're the only team. So they're saying to myself, listen, I can make a pitch for LeBron, and I can make a pitch for Chris or Paul George. And guys like Julius Randle, they can trade off and still free up some money. He's on a restricted deal. Guys like Lonzo Ball, if you get a Chris Paulin, you can trade that off. You can obtain these extras.
Just have him come off the bench.
Have him come off the bench. But even when you look at the Luol Deng deal, you can trade that off. It's a bad contract, but you can make something work. Because Cleveland thinking sign and trade. That's what they're thinking. I got to get something back for LeBron. I can't just let him go.
I think we're giving Cleveland too much credit. Dan Gilbert is not that type of owner. He's not like a Mickey Arison's or, you know, the
Daryl Moore.
Daryl Moore, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He is not, look, he doesn't care. Like, look, he's that guy. He's like the David Snyder of the NBA. Look, I own my team. Great. I make way more money with Quicken Loans. Owning Quicken Loans than I do with this basketball team.
But he did come on and say that he can build a championship type team without LeBron James. So I think
he came out and made that statement.
Yeah, I think he's motivated to show people he can do that. But at the same time,
if he motivated, look, you had 4 years to do it. You had the first pick 3 out of the year. You had Wiggins. Well, you never got to see Wiggins, but you had Wiggins,
Anthony
Kyrie,
Bennett,
and Anthony Bennett to show for it, and Tristan Thompson with the 3rd overall pick.
And Dion Waiters.
So your picks ain't hitting on shit.
You got a different GM in there now, so things
agent. He's still learning his damn self.
I mean, things change. But my point is, I think the Lakers, like, even though I do like the Spurs scenario, I still think the Lakers is the best scenario if he's trying to win a title.
The Lakers are the best.
The Lakers are the best scenario because if you had Chris Paul and Paul George with Brandon Ingram and Kuzma,
Duke, I like that. I like how you keep saying Brandon Ingram and then you knock with it. Fucking right. Get what I do, baby.
Yeah, baby. Oh Lord,
I see you.
What Duke players? Never mind.
Hey, Duke player just got a ring. Louisville player ain't getting a ring.
Ooh.
Quinn Cook, baby. You didn't see him.
Man, that man wasn't even dressed out.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was dressed out and he played. And he played
had a suit on with no tie.
No, you a lie. He's right there, and he was the first one off the court doing this.
He had no suit on. He had no suit on.
Yeah, you're right. He had no suit on. He had his gear on. Go pull it up, baby.
I mean, he had a suit on.
No, he didn't. You had it right the first time, baby. Give Quinn Cook his respect. He got a ring, baby. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't, baby. And he played. And he got like 7 points in the whole series.
Stop.
Come on, it's the truth.
Stop.
It's the truth.
Politics.
Look it up. Ain't no politics.
Politics. There's nowhere in the world Quinn Cook's supposed to be on anybody's roster.
Hater.
Stop.
You got a ring before Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier is way more of an important piece to the franchise of Boston
than
Quinn Cook could ever think about being to anybody in the NBA.
You could be the piece.
Believe that.
You could be the piece. But look. What's the chess piece without the queen and the king, baby?
He ain't neither.
But he got the ring. He in the court,
man,
baby.
His ring gonna collect dust because he wasn't even a part of it.
I don't give a damn. But all Terry Rozier can do is go back to his stripper days with Rick Pitino. Coach, I almost got you, baby. Chalo!
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But no, I think
I just want, but for real, I just want to like why people not getting Philly that drew credit.
I don't want to see him go to Philly.
With a young,
I think he's.
I'm just saying, but like basketball wise, just think about it. Embiid,
it's too much of a project.
Yes,
it's too much of a project. If this was 4 years ago,
yeah,
I'd be like, yeah.
Like this.
No, when he first came back to Cleveland,
I'll be like, yeah, but like, dog, let's be realistic. The type of game LeBron plays, he's a barbarian. He's a bully. His game is really based off athleticism. He probably got about 2, maybe 3 years playing at a high level.
Yes.
So if he went to the 76ers, they might win it in their second or third year. Might. You know what I'm saying? It's too much of a project. Versus if he go to LA and team of Chris Paul and Paul George, I think it's more of a chance of him winning it than.
But to me,
they're going to Philly with them guys.
And I could be
very immature.
And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But to me, I see Philly buying him more time because he like you for all the reasons you said. He doesn't have to be that guy. You got a dominant big guy down there that does that for you, and you got Ben Simmons who drives the lane too. I think it's
not about that.
I think LeBron really has about 3 more years left.
But I'm saying,
at whatever peak and whatever play, I think his playing days are really because you got to think about it, this guy's been to 9 NBA Finals down in 15 seasons. We got to start asking ourselves, how long can this guy really play basketball at this level? I think he has about 3 seasons left, and I think Philly is I agree with you. I think it's really a project.
But see, this is my thing. All right, here's the thing. He go. Let's say he go to the Lakers. You bring Chris Paul or Paul George. You talk about like we just said the solid play he had. Then you go on in a brutal conference, who still values the big man. So now you got to play. There's no ducking. You got to play AD 4 times instead of 2. You got.
You think the people gonna worry about the Pelicans?
I'm just naming. You got to play him 4 times out of 2. You got to look. You got to play. Now you really got to play the Warriors 4 times instead of 2. You got to play. Well, Rockets won't be in this conversation.
Stop. Y'all more gonna make something happen.
Listen, the Rockets.
Anyway,
the Rockets got a
conversation. Y'all more gonna always come out on the winning stick.
Listen, I think the Rockets
where stick at right now?
Chris Paul got hurt.
He pissing in the
Chris
win.
Paul got. Who was up 3-2 on them people?
Okay.
On many USA Junior, who was up 3-2. Okay.
And
if Chris Paul don't get hurt, we holding up the Larry Bryant Trophy. Believe that.
If was a 5th.
Y'all know that, man.
I don't know it.
Y'all know that, man. If Chris Paul don't get hurt, we up 17 of them people.
I just know mysteriously G Sports had something to do the day after the Rockets lost. After Chris Paul get hurt, mysteriously he disappeared.
I wanted to be here. I wanted to be here.
We played that song for you.
I wanted to be here. But like I said, man, Embiid's very immature. Ben Simmons still trying to find his way. This is his first full season.
Right.
They still trying to learn how to win and how to
play this.
And Embiid he has durability issues. It's just going to Philly with. I just don't think that's a good move.
No.
I don't think it's a good move. You go to LA.
The Celtics, to me, the Celtics is a better move than LA.
Nah.
Why not?
The Celtics still trying to learn. They young too.
You got Brad Stevens took.
If you trade Kyrie, that's not a young team.
It's not about the East. It's about beating the Warriors.
I'm just saying, Brad Stevens took 2 different.
I give him a better shot to beat the Warriors with that team in Boston than that team he just played with.
Who a better coach, Steve Kerr or Brad Stevens?
Brad Stevens.
Okay, so
I give LeBron a better chance to win that team.
Coach will give you a chance
to beat them.
They not from a mentality. Dog, you see what happened in that game 7?
But
all of them pissed down their leg.
But then on top of that,
all of them.
On top of that
but they ain't had played like LeBron James in the team.
Here's another thing that we're not looking.
So you said that Celtics would beat the Warriors with LeBron James?
They had a better shot.
Would they have beat the Warriors when LeBron James was on that Celtics team?
Here's the thing.
I think they win 7.
Here's the thing.
Man, what's wrong with you? Are you snorting dope?
No. That Boston team is a very good team.
I don't know. He did just come from Miami. So,
I don't know what he was doing. What you was down there with Lil Cali?
No, listen. You put LeBron James on that Boston team with Rozier, and you put Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and all those guys. The way they were playing in this playoffs,
They are trying to figure out how to win still.
But
they won one game on the road in the playoffs.
This is the thing.
And you want to go? You thought LeBron James? What you think? The people that got there smoked that Oracle.
But they
got smoked.
Here's the thing. Here's the big thing. Yeah, you could put LeBron James, you could put Paul George, you could put Chris Paul on that team. What the fuck the bench gonna look like?
That's the least of my words.
That's the least of my words.
That's the least of my words. They're gonna always have them veterans out there that's gonna be ring chasing.
Here's the thing.
They're gonna always have them veterans out there like, man, LeBron, Chris Paul, Paul George, man, I'll come for the mid-level exception. You saw what David West did, huh?
Here's the thing.
That's the least of my words.
You saw when the Heat had when they had LeBron and them, higher Mike Miller, all the start signing up. Mid-level
Shane Battier, they started lining up.
But see, Shane and Mike played a pivotal role.
And it came for the mid-level exception.
But this is the thing, though. Chris Paul got durability issues.
That's why you keep Lonzo Ball. That's why you keep Lonzo Ball.
That's going to be the difference making?
Listen, Lonzo Ball was a rookie. People that crucified this man after a rookie year.
I'm not going to do it.
Come on, man. You know how many people was bad their rookie year? And he had a bad rookie year. He wasn't good. But what I'm saying is, if Chris Paul...
You're not going to what? You crucify every damn body.
I'm not going to crucify that man.
You crucified the man during the season.
Who, Lonzo?
Yes, you did.
He passed some bad games, but you trying to tell me as an overall, I'm be like, Lonzo Ball.
You let it play out.
You let it play out. I'm not going to say, he going to have a bad career. He had some bad games.
I let it play out. My thing is this. Chris Paul do have durability issues. That's why you don't trade Lonzo Ball. You keep Lonzo Ball. You talk to Lonzo Ball, look, bro, you are our future. Chris Paul probably going to be here 2 years max, 3 years maybe. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We know he gets hurt from time to time. We need you. So if Chris Paul do go down, Lonzo Ball is not a bad. He probably would be one of a top 3 backup point guard in the league, in my opinion.
Right.
So, like I say, with Brandon Ingram and Kuzma, added with Chris Paul, LeBron, and Paul George, I think that team could have thrown the Warriors.
I agree.
I really do think they could.
I agree.
I'm telling you. That's just my opinion. And I don't, LeBron, getting caught up with not getting to the finals and I'm in the West and all that, man, forget all of that. Man, you won into your 16th year, you're 3-6 in the finals. I mean, goddamn. All that don't matter.
That don't matter no more.
All that don't matter. Getting to your 9th straight finals, who gives a damn about that? Nobody remembers second place. Nobody remembers second place. Go to the Lakers, where it's going to be more of a chance to dethrone that little mini USA junior team with that Kevin Durant, who is weak. That's another story. That's another story.
We got to take our break,
you know what I'm saying?
And we'll talk about that.
He weak.
When we coming back from break. The conversation is going to be.
You can find him on all 12.
Kevin Durant. Respect. Weak. Y'all don't go nowhere. FanView, Real Fan Talk Sports. On Sunday. Right back.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary J. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary J on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary J at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network.
What's up, readers and shakers? It's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. FanView Real Fans Talk Sports. We trying to fix an order.
Real fans talk chicken, man.
Talk chicken, baby. Listen, welcome back, everyone. This is FanView Real Fans Talk Sports. Listen, add a friend, tag a friend. You know, get into this conversation. That's what this show is all about. It's our time as fans on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to sit down. We're going to break down the latest topics in sports. And we're going to sit down and discuss them. And we read every single comment possible. Before we get into the Kevin Durant, you know, conversation. Wise Thomas said Chris Paul was going to choke regardless.
Hate him. How he was going to choke, and he put the people out their misery, and we was up 3-2.
He said he was going to choke regardless.
We're going to beat them people, man.
They call him Wise.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us now. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Can we? Intern, we got it fixed.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Even Mama done tuned in.
Uh-oh.
Mama
I'm gone.
I saw your sister paying the ticket today, man.
Yeah.
Sit down there. Which one?
She looked just like you.
That's both of them. Which one?
I don't know. I forgot her name. She told me too.
Danielle.
She saw me with the shirt on. She was like,
she had glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a baby.
Danielle.
All right, we good. We good.
We good.
Hey, the first couples chimed in, told us we good. All right, Miss Ariel.
All right.
I got a bone to pick. I got a bone to pick with Miss Ariel.
Hey, you leave us hurricanes alone, baby. That's the first couple of FanView.
She said some disturbing stuff on Facebook a couple of days ago. I reported her page.
Was she talking about the Rockets?
I reported her page.
Was she talking about the Rockets?
No, she said something about Durant, like talking about Durant.
She said something about Durant.
Something about Durant. I forgot what she said.
Look. Let me tell you something. Like I said before the sign went out, Durant is softer than the powdered sugar from Cafe Du Monde and Bourbon Street water. Where was this Durant when you was up 3-1 beating these people?
Invisible.
Where is this? You got the same barber, obviously, which is none. You know, you got the same damn game. Where did you get this intestinal fortitude all of a sudden? Is it because you got Big Brother's back in town? Man, look, you're a champion. Can't take that away from you. The way you got it, I feel a certain type of way. Here's the reason why. Here's the main reason why. I'm a LeBron fan. Yeah, LeBron went to the Heat. That Heat team didn't beat his ass. 2, he came with two people. It was him and Chris Bosh that came together. Then they had to reconstruct that whole team. That's one thing people don't like to talk about. Because they had to do a lot of signing trades. They had to do a signing trade with Bosh, and they had to do a signing trade with LeBron. So pieces that was on that squad with Dwayne Wade was
There was only 2 players on that team when they signed.
So
Chalmers and Dwayne Wade.
Haslam.
And you're done.
You had to go out and get a Birdman. You had to go out and get a Joel Anthony.
Birdman.
You had to go out and get a Joel Anthony. You had to go out and get a Mike Miller. You had to go out and get a Shane Battier. You had to,
James Jones.
You know what I'm saying? You went out and got the Ray Allen. You know what I'm saying? You had to go out and fill out a roster. When Kevin Durant signed with the team that he was up 3-1 on, the only person that wasn't on that team when he signed, David West was there.
No, he wasn't. He was still in Indiana or San Antonio.
I'm talking about who wasn't on that team. Was Leandro goddamn Barbosa. You joined an already stacked team. Harrison Barnes. I'm sorry. Forget about you.
Right. That's
So how, you know what I'm saying? How do we just put you up there? Look, man, you got, and then the offense is even more friendly. You don't have to be the guy. That's what it is. You don't have to be the guy. Yeah, Russ took bad shots. Yeah, Russ did this. Yeah, Russ did that. But goddamn it, you were still a man. Now you come on the team. Well, yeah, all this stuff happened. But guess what? If you lose, the first name that people gonna say is Steph.
Yeah.
Then you. You don't have it's mismatched all around that team. Can't nobody guard Steph, but Steph can't guard nobody. Clay is above and beyond. You know, he's probably number 3 two-way player in the league. Draymond Green is sorry as hell, but he's great for that team because if you put Draymond Green on another team, you'll see how good players from Saginaw, Michigan really is. And that's all I got to say about Mr. Naphead.
At the end of the day, you know, people need to put in perspective that what LeBron did and what Kevin Durant did is not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same. And I got to piggyback all with Coach Hurricane Hinge.
Don't want to talk about, baby. I got a big bag.
You know, just bang.
Give me some of that.
You know what I'm saying? I got to piggyback. Okay? You know what I'm saying? LeBron went to the Heat. The Heat was not a championship contender the year before.
Facts.
Wasn't a championship contender.
Facts.
Preach.
Facts.
Dwayne Wade was already there. Him and Chris Bosh, look, let's go over there. Let's team up. Boom, boom, boom. Some people say it was weak. Hey, call it what you want. But it's not the same.
Facts.
As what the hell Kevin Durant did. Kevin Durant, he was up 3-1. 3-1.
Facts.
How many games take to win a series?
4.
Okay.
4. Okay.
In a closeout game, you was up 12 with 4 minutes left to go.
Facts.
4 minutes left to go. You're up 12 at home. Up 3-1.
Up 3-1.
You lost.
You lost.
Draymond Green in the parking lot. As soon as you get to the parking lot, he's texting your phone about you need to come join the Golden State Warriors. You're entertaining this as soon as you lost. You know, it was already in the works. And then you come out with that tweet. Well, I think it was 6 years ago. What happened to us being competitive?
You dug that tweet up, boy. I said you paid it for that one, bro.
What happened to us being competitive and going at these people? Now everybody want to play for the Lakers and the Heat. And then you go play for these people. Man, I can't respect it. You know, 10 years from now when my son get older and we start talking about the greats and top players and all this kind of stuff, I'm going to always tarnish Kevin Durant's legacy. I don't respect these 2 rings. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn if he was the finals MVP because I feel like this. You know, everybody want to say, he the best player on the team. Well, if you're the best player on the team,
preach,
and you're a top 2, top 3 player in the league, why you had to go to that team to get something like this done?
Exactly.
I don't respect it.
Exactly.
I don't respect it at all. And then and then he made a comment after he won the championship and said he happy, but he not elated like he thought he was gonna be. Right. You know why? Because you didn't go through nothing.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Man, part of when you going through that championship run and you winning a championship ring and you get and you going through all of that stuff in the finals and in the first round, the second round, the conference finals, part of what makes that championship run so gratifying is the struggle.
The struggle.
Battle.
It's a process. You ain't go through no damn process, man. Everybody and their mama knew if y'all was healthy, y'all was gonna win this by a landslide. Even though the Rockets had them up 3-2.
Got to slide that in there.
And if Chris Paul don't get hurt, we win them. But that's neither here nor there. But my point is, the Warriors are stacked. This is a mini USA Junior team. I've said it countless times. Kevin Durant, listen, you're a phenomenal talent. Don't get misconstrued what I'm saying, America. He cool. He like that. He like that. He that dude.
He that dude.
But dog, you had to go team with the people that was up on you, that you was up 3-1, and go team up, and they won 73 games, set a record.
A league record.
These people beat the 72-10 Bulls team. You had to go team up with them. A 2-time MVP.
And Steph.
And team up with them. You could have went anywhere. It got 32 teams in it, but you could have went to anybody else.
You could have went back home.
Them.
Yeah.
You could have went back home to the Wizards.
Wizards.
But you know what? Your nuts got tight. Your nuts got tight. You pissed down not one leg, but 2 legs. You wanted the easy way out. You're not a competitor. It tells me a lot about you.
Facts.
It tells me a lot about you as a person inside. And you know what?
Facts.
Going forward, they can win next year and the year after. I will never respect Kevin Durant win rings. I'm sorry. Is he a great talent? Yeah, absolutely. We know that. I mean, I'm not blind.
Right.
But let's put it into perspective. You ain't go down the same road Jordan went down. You didn't go down the same road LeBron went down. I don't give a damn if he 3-6 in the finals.
Right.
You didn't go down the same road Kobe went down.
Facts.
You didn't.
Facts.
So if you want to sit here and hold your chest high, I got 2 Finals MVPs. I won 2 rings. Yeah, you did. But what a way to get it.
I would say this.
What a way to get it.
I'm going to read a couple of comments. Hayes Johnson says, Kevin Durant, weak as fuck. Lost respect for him as a competitor. He went to a team who already was going to the finals without him regardless. And it didn't matter if Golden State just drafted good. They still a championship team before him. Facts. Akeem Kimmer said, oh yeah, Henry, I saw you passing by first guarantee. But I was too far to say hey.
Well, people, man.
Yeah, it is. Here's the facts, folks. And G just put out my
deposit a check?
Nah, man. You get some IHOP right next to it. International House of Burgers, man.
You got a chicken feet omelet?
Yeah, man.
Colorado. You like that meat?
Yeah. No fumble.
Listen,
yes.
Now, Ronald Williams says...
Did you not hear anything I said?
No, he tuned in.
He just tuned in.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
How can you respect LeBron but can't respect Durant? I'm going to re-clarify what G Sports just said.
It's easy.
Because here's the deal. Kevin Durant didn't take the same role LeBron took. That's just the facts, folks. See, this guy, to me, is a superstar talent with role player capabilities. This is what I see with Kevin Durant. You had that team up 3-1.
Boy, I like the way you do business. The way you just hit that.
He's a superstar role player capabilities.
Oh!
This is what he is.
I got to use that coaching.
This is what he is. I'm sick of this. Come on, Kevin Durant. I don't respect none of this. This is not a dynasty, what you see. This is foolishness.
Right.
This is foolishness.
Right.
He had that team down with a superstar on his current team, 3-1. How many? They was up by 12. How many minutes left in the game?
4 minutes.
4 minutes left in the game.
Home.
At home. And you lost. And you end up losing the series. You had the best team, regular season team, in the history of the game, down 3-1 in the series. And you go agree to join that team for what? They didn't need you.
And then you joined a team that also was up 3-1 to win a series.
To win a series.
To win a championship.
That lost to LeBron. So you agreed to join that team? Team USA Junior? Are we serious? And we want me to respect you for winning 2 championship rings? No, I don't respect you. There was no process to this championship.
At all.
None.
At all.
None. Look at last year's finals when he got there. That team they only probably lost 1 game throughout the whole playoffs. Matter of fact, they swept the rest of the conference last year. They didn't lose a game. They only lost 1 game against the Cavs. What's the process to that? Help me understand. I'll wait. There's no road to the journey.
And then here's, to me, here's something to put the icing on the cake. And I'm gonna jump on G back for what he said earlier. That I think people really get overlooked. The process of hoisting up that Larry O'Brien trophy is the struggle.
Yes.
The struggle. Now, and I'm not a Kobe fan. I was a Shaq fan.
I'm a Kobe fan.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's your fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Shaq fan.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a LeBron fan. That's the only two people. That's why I don't have an NBA team. You know, I just like players because to me, the whole makeup of the NBA.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? That's no hit or death. But even when Jordan made his run, think about the flu game. Think about Pippen not hitting. You know, they just, you know, Robin happened to hit a miracle three.
Right.
You know, just to get them over a series. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward, I think about when Shaq was with the Magic, when Penny Hardaway tweaked the ankle, Dennis Scott fouled out. It was just him and Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson couldn't buy a bucket if they had him, you know, the super bucket from KFC. You know, but they got to the finals that year. You know what I'm saying? I think about with King. You know what I'm saying? Going against the Trailblazers, the Suns with a Barkley and a KJ. You know what I'm saying? Having to will his team through that series. You know, I think about Kobe with Shaq, without Shaq. You know, making a defining moments like, you know what? If they didn't have 8 or 24, he not. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the. And no matter how good that team was, I'm talking about the team with Shaq, with Glenn Rice, Rick Fox, Ron Harper, Kobe, Brian Shaw. You know, I'm talking about that team. No matter how good Shaq was, if they didn't have that extra something that Kobe gave them, I don't know if they win that series. I'm talking about the Trailblazer series when they had Rasheed Wallace, Pippen, Damon Stoudemire, being a Sabonis.
It was stout,
right? You know what I'm saying? And you know they all made some type of. LeBron, come on now. No matter where he went, the superstar heat. Chris Bosh was hurt. Wade couldn't buy shit.
Wade knee was giving him problems.
Yeah. And look, they was down. What 3-1, going to Boston. He dropped 50, triple double. They tied. They come back home. They win it. They get Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying? Then the same thing happened with the Pacers the year later. You know what I'm saying? This playoff alone, his whole career. Look, he's put the team on his back. Say what you want about him, his final record, whatever, but you can't tell me you can't respect the way this man played the game.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care, because I don't care. If you do, you just swinging a sword that's double bladed and you just willing to cut yourself.
You just hating it, maybe because he don't go to church on Sunday or something. I don't know what it is. You hating.
KD, show me something that he did that since he's been in the Warrior uniform that affected the outcome of a series for them. It hasn't been nothing. Yeah, he made 2 key shots back-to-back years. But it's a reason why they say it puts a dagger. And you was already up. That just sealed the deal for you coming back. That don't mean that won you the game. You just sealed the deal for yeah, they went on a run, but boom, this dagger, all right, it's over, it's done.
This team never had a struggle
yet. He doesn't
have
that moment.
This team, since he's been on it, has never been down in the game when they had to come back and achieve some type of, for example, when they went in their first championship run, they was down 20 points going in the fourth quarter against the Pelicans. When they came back and Steph had that remarkable fourth quarter, they were down. The Pelicans should have won that game. I remember I was in the suite. But they came back and they won. See, you had to go through something. This Warriors team, since he's been on this team, has not been in a playoff game or a regular season when they had to go through something.
The Rockets series.
The Rockets series.
But the thing about it, the reason why I can't really talk about that because they saw when Chris Paul went down. Everybody in America that was watching that game, if you was there, you knew Chris Paul was done.
Now, David Bourgeois said
they knew that.
Their roles were not the same, but there are similarities. I'm trying to see what the similarities are.
The only similarity is they went to another team. That's the only
similarity I see.
But the road, you'll say. But if you talk about it, that's like driving down. LeBron went down the road in the lower ninth. Kevin Durant went down the road in East Hope. See what I'm saying? It's like for those who are fans who are here, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's bumps over there. Look, even a damn stop sign in East Over is damn look like they put a new stop sign up every damn day.
Here's my thing.
It's no struggle.
Here's my thing. Exactly. Did Kobe Bryant join the Spurs?
But
I'm using an example.
This is the problem I have about the Kobe fan. You know, y'all act like Kobe didn't actually be traded.
He did. He just wasn't traded. He wanted to be. He was supposed to be traded to the Bulls.
The GM did that. You know what I'm saying? But don't act like he
wanted to be traded.
Don't act like he just wanted.
But what I'm saying is, he didn't sign with the team that was beating him in the playoffs. He didn't sign with the Spurs.
But hold up now. Since you a Kobe fan, since you want to bring this up, let's talk about all the reports that Kobe keep coming out quoting, talking about LeBron need to figure it out.
Kobe got to stop.
Stop worrying about the narrative.
Kobe got to stop.
Boy,
Kobe got to stop.
Hold up.
Kobe got to stop.
Kobe, let's talk about this, Kobe.
Kobe got to stop.
Kobe, first of all, before Phil got there,
Kobe got to stop.
Boy, you was shooting air balls in the playoffs.
I just said Kobe got to stop.
Y'all couldn't even make it past the second round.
I'm a Kobe Bryant fan.
When Phil got there and showed y'all,
Kobe got to stop.
Brought that triangle to the
We came back.
Brought that the first time.
Okay.
When Phil first got there the first time.
Kobe shooting air balls his rookie year. Kobe got to stop.
Phil implemented that triangle system.
Kobe got to stop.
Them boys won championships. That Kobe thought he could do it on his own.
And then they had to get rid of Eddie Jones just so you could shine.
And Nick Van Exel.
And
Nick Van Exel.
But y'all, but Kobe fans hate to talk about that.
I'm just saying Kobe got to stop.
They won 3 championships. They won 3 championships. Kobe thought he could do it on his own. He got rid of Shaq. He told him to get rid of Shaq. He told him to get rid of Phil. Guess what happened? He missed the playoffs 2 years. And then he lost to the Suns, and he was up 3-1. But nobody wants to talk about that.
And then what happened? Oh,
nobody wants to talk about that.
Go get Paul Gasol.
And then guess what? Phil,
damn right, we want 2 more, baby. Let's go. Kobe, let's go.
Phil, please come back. Phil, come back, Phil.
Then you lose to the Celtics.
Phil, please come back.
Is this about Kevin Durant or this is about Kobe?
I'm just saying. So like Kobe, people forget about it.
Kobe Bryant.
What happened.
I say Kobe got to stop. As a Kobe Bryant fan, he's my favorite player of all time.
And let's talk about this. Kobe lucked up. He lucked up when he played the Magic.
You gotta stop.
He lucked up when he played the Magic.
You gotta stop.
He lucked up when he played the Magic.
Stop.
He lucked up when he played the Magic.
How you look
The
Magic beat the Cavaliers fair and square.
Everybody and their mama knew
they beat the
that
Cavaliers
Magic
square.
team couldn't match up with that Lakers team.
And that Cavs team.
Everybody knew that. All they
had. The Cavs team won 1 game.
All they had was Dwight Howard.
The LeBron heroic. He don't tell me he was balling that year.
All they had was Dwight Howard.
Rashard Lewis was balling.
Rashard Lewis was nice. But that was it.
Rashard Lewis and Hito Turkoglu was balling that year. He beat him.
Jameer Nelson. But look what they went up against.
You gonna stop hitting on Kobe?
You talking about Rashard Lewis who just
and Hito Turkoglu
who just offense. Rashard had to guard Paul Gasol that series. Hito had to guard probably the best. I'll put to me, outside LeBron, he's the best non-LeBron overall basketball player I've seen.
I was a Lamar Odom fan.
6 man.
Look.
They had a good team. The Lakers had a very good team.
High basketball IQ.
Yeah.
Play defense.
Run the rim.
One of the best 6-man players I've seen of all time. As far as the 6-man, Lamar Odom got that for me.
And then Jameer Nelson had to guard who?
Fisher?
Derek Fisher?
That
was a favorable matchup.
Kobe never won
Jameer Nelson would hit 3s at the time. Jameer Nelson was spreading the floor.
Kobe never won a ring without Derek Fisher.
I'm not saying he did. What I'm saying is Jameer Nelson at the time was hitting 3s.
All I'm saying is, remember this. When Kobe won them 3 rings with Shaq and Phil, and he thought he could do it on his own, he missed the playoffs 2 years, and then one of them years he was up 3-1 to the Suns.
He lost.
In the first round, he lost.
And
people act like they
he got swept by Dallas. He got swept by Dallas.
Right, the same year when LeBron
he got swept by Dallas.
He got swept.
This is why I say this is why I say
brooms coming from all kind of aisles in Walmart and Home Depot. People forget about that.
Hey, that's why I say forget about that. That's why I say as a Kobe fan.
People forget about that. But Kobe won't come out and make all these comments, though.
That's the problem I have with Kobe fans. Like they talk about all the accolades, but they don't talk about.
I'm the only one who's telling you.
I'm not.
And then y'all won't say stuff like, "Oh, he was up 3-1. He was up 3-1 on the Suns. They lost. Oh, he was trying to prove a point."
No, I ain't say all that. He lost.
All right, yeah, I know you lost. I know you lost. He was at home watching us play all like everybody else.
Hey, I'm a realist. I say when he made this, well, that boy got to stop.
There you go.
He got to stop because he's making accusations like as if he always won.
When he got to stop. When the Celtics bruised them in the finals. And don't forget about this.
Oh,
don't forget about this. The Lakers was up 22 points.
We beat them though.
At home on the Celtics, and the Celtics came back and beat them in that finals.
Yes.
And that ultimately changed the whole competition of that series.
Yeah. They've lost to Boston. They came back and beat Boston though.
The next year.
They
did.
They beat Boston. They beat Boston. It's the one was out.
But they dominated Kobe in that final.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
They dominated him.
Kobe
was up 22 at home in the finals. Kobe Bryant would never having a joint. So stop. I hate when y'all keep talking about.
If you think Kobe Bryant, I say Kobe Bryant my favorite player all time.
But
like, you say better than Michael Jordan? I'd be stupid.
All right, but here the other day.
We're not gonna ever have that conversation.
Here the other day.
Ever.
Here the other day.
He's always second.
I want to talk about with that.
He's always going second.
Like, yeah, the Lakers came back and beat the Celtics that next year, but Tony Allen wasn't on their team.
It don't matter. That don't matter.
Hold the hell up.
No, but the team is your team. They got there. The Lakers won 7, and it wasn't because of Kobe they won the game 7. Because Kobe Bryant missed the ocean that night. It was Ronald Test in that game 7. The reason why they won the game. I understand. I watch basketball.
Kobe was 6 for 25.
He was the boy. He couldn't hit the ocean.
Trevor Ariza made one of the best steals at the perfect time.
But Kobe Bryant's still my guy.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just
real. I'm
not talking about you. I'm just saying, but like the Kobe, like if you put you outside of the Kobe mask.
Oh, them niggas crazy, boy. Them dudes are crazy.
All right, you get what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Kobe,
them niggas crazy.
People forget about the struggles Kobe went through.
Kobe got swept.
And then he snitched.
Niggas ain't like Kobe didn't get snitched.
But then he snitched.
And when the Spurs,
he snitched.
He snitched.
Ron Williams says Tony Allen was on that team.
Not the second year. The first year he was.
And Kobe had a restraining order on Karl Malone.
Come on, man. He snitched, man.
Oh, yeah, he did.
What type of respect you get?
So
your favorite players are snitch.
Told the media.
You damn
Shaq
right.
used to pay girls.
Look at him, man. Just snitching for no damn reason. For what?
Exactly.
For what? Because the man was the most dominant player to ever play the game?
He won the spotlight.
That ugly ass Bush and that weak ass Kobe courtside.
Hey man, Kobe had a crossover. Kobe was
Listen, Kobe is that guy.
Is that guy? That guy.
People act like Kobe didn't go through struggles. Like Kobe ain't had no downfall throughout his career.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
How you trying to be the next Jordan with them ugly ass shit?
Now Chris Cooper says Kobe is one of the greatest players. Kobe is in the greatest players conversation. Low level, but still a great player. Not better than MJ or LeBron. Agreed.
Is you a Kobe fan saying that LeBron?
All because Kobe Bryant's my favorite player of all time doesn't mean that Kobe Bryant's the best player of all time.
I got you.
LeBron, he's my personal favorite player of all time.
I just wanted to.
He's my personal favorite, but to say he's the best, no. He's not.
I'm good. I'm cool with it. I just wanted to.
He's not.
Clear the air.
He's the Black Mamba. He's the guy. Not look at the craft of the game. When I want to watch a play, and I look at the artistry and the craft of how he broke the game down and how he played it. That's the guy I want to see.
But what about how he snitched on Shaq?
I ain't talking about snitch. I'm talking about the game.
But that nigga snitched on Shaq. My dog. You can't snitch on the deal.
I'm talking about the craft of the game.
Talk about the craft of the snitch. Talk about how he orchestrated. Look, we gotta get Shaq up out of here in order for me to be the man that I'm supposed to be. Because I want to change my number from 24 to 8.
I'm gonna use wrestling as my analogy.
Wrestling?
I'm just using that.
We talking about real sports.
Okay, what I'm saying is, I like a guy who's not the greatest of all time, but he's my favorite wrestler of all time. And that means I'm not gonna say he's the greatest wrestler of all time because he's not. I like Randy Orton, but is he the greatest wrestler of all time? No, but he's
not messing with Sting.
He's my favorite wrestler of all time, but that doesn't mean that he's better than all of them.
Ultimate Warrior is arguable.
It's arguable. Now, is he better than them? Probably not. But is he my personal favorite? But is he my personal favorite?
That boy not even top 10.
I'm just saying that he's my personal favorite. So my personal favorite doesn't have to be the greatest of all time.
But why we playing wrestling into this? We talking about real sports now. We ain't talking about
I'm talking about why. See, he brought it to Kobe. I said this is why Durant first. This is about Kevin Durant. Why he was weak. See, my analogy was did Kobe join the Spurs? Kobe didn't ever join the Spurs. He never joined the team that consistently beat him. Michael Jordan never joined the Detroit Pistons. That makes sense. LeBron never joined the Boston Celtics when he was beating him. He never joined a team that was whooping his behind.
But you gotta think too. This is one.
Kevin Durant did. This is why he's weak.
And see, this is another thing that I think like basketball purists be side-eyed to. This is why I fuck with the NFL. Free agency wasn't that deal in the Jordan era.
Right. So we can't say if Jordan never left.
So you would, because back then in that era, you didn't let your guy get to free agency. Like, guys was getting contract extension with 2 to 3 years left on their deal. They didn't, and then another thing too, there was no such thing as a player option. So if they signed you for 5 years, you had to wait till year 5, and then they'll negotiate in year 3. So they'll have 2 years of negotiating.
Right. First of all, David Bourgeois said, "Sting, nigga."
You know what I'm saying?
Sting was that guy.
But you know what I'm saying? So
when he transformed into NWO, I lost.
Hey, that was my Sting though. Hey,
what you doing?
Hey, nah.
Hey,
hold on.
To me,
the Red and Black. They smile in your face.
The Red and Black Sting
all the time. The
Nah, man, y'all tripping. When he had that long hair, with the NWO Sting, when he just showed up out the blue, with the white face, man, with the bag coming down on the Raptors like he was the pro.
That was the Sting. That was it. The Scorpion Death Flock.
Man, look,
that was the Sting.
Hey, NWO Sting.
Look, we got 30 minutes left in the show. We gotta shift it.
Yeah, we gotta shift it.
We gotta go.
But he did say Sting with the truth.
Hey, but we gotta go.
Look,
let me tell y'all something, man. NBA is over. It went like it was scripted. We knew how it was gonna happen. The Rockets and the Warriors in the Western Conference Final. The Warriors beating the Cavaliers. Look, it went just like
scripted.
Guess what? That week shit over with. NFL time, baby.
Football around the corner, baby. We right here. We are on here. We're what? Less than 90 days out.
Well, yeah, and the next month we have training camp.
Training camp starts next month. OTAs have been starting right now. Teams are getting together.
OTAs are finished now.
Minicamps getting ready to start.
No, minicamps is over.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
So training camp is around the corner. We getting ready to gear for the season.
Miss Jimmy say Stone Cold Steve Austin. I ain't gonna lie. That was the coolest white boy ever.
Hey, I can't take Stone Cold over Sting. Or Brett, the Hitman Hart.
Man, get out of here, man. The Brett, the Hitman Hart.
Don't say it.
You trying to tell me when you hear that? You crazy.
Hey, so you wasn't walking around HL Bourgeois trying to Stone Cold Stunner everybody?
I probably was.
It's on your chest. It's on your shirt, baby. You got to fit on your shirt, baby.
I'm excited. I'm too excited.
Yeah, you trying to tell me Stone Cold off the Rock? He come out there. Smell what the Rock is cooking.
All right, you giving too much. We giving too much conversation to this.
Yeah, too much wrestling stuff.
To the wrestling shit. But the Rock was the truth. Right after he left the Nation of Domination,
he was the truth.
When he started saying like jabroni and stuff, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Man, the Rock had a whole rap song, man.
Exactly. Him and Wycliffe, you heard me? Gangster. It was gangster.
The Rock had a rap song.
Hey, he went off. It doesn't matter what your name is. What?
Do you like pie?
Boy. Moving on. Listen, folks. We're moving on.
Get me fixed up here. I'm struggling.
Hey, you know what, producer? I think we might have to go to a quick little break.
Quick little commercial break, if you don't mind, producer.
We have some difficulties.
We have some difficulties over here. I got a way of solution just like that, baby. Do it like that. Just nat it on like that. For the time being.
That coming out your fine.
See, you're back in business, baby. There we go. We ain't got to go to commercial break. We stay right here.
So what we about to do, man? 2 weeks ago we started it. We did the top 5 quarterbacks. Then last week Fred did the top 5 linebackers. Now we got the whole posse back.
Top 5 running backs.
Top 5 running backs.
Top 5 running backs.
Going into
2018. Going 2018. The top 5 running backs. Into the FanView Real Fans Talk Sports.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1490.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Live Line, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 Lapalco Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Quote 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
He was saying breakfast. Big man Hawk. But the Hawk Foundation was shit.
What? Shawn Michaels cool.
Oh, he used to get on top of that top rope. With no pink shades.
I ain't gonna lie. I like the British Bulldog. I like, man, that's from the metro area.
Yeah, no. Now the Legion of Dudes come on the shoulder pad with the spikes.
Yeah, Animal and Hawk, baby. They get it.
With the
Mohawks.
Yeah.
On point.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to like the Islanders too, cause they Dunk the Clown and that big 6-foot white group, man.
Lord. Boy, y'all boys crazy. Yeah. Y'all boys crazy.
We back though.
We back though. Listen, we back. We got to get into our top 5 running backs heading into 2018. The top 5. Starting off at number 5.
Who you got as number 5, Fred?
My number 5 heading into 2018 is Alvin Kamara for the New Orleans Saints. We talking about a guy who's going to play all 16 games, possibly, obviously, because of Mark Ingram's not being eligible for the first 4. But this guy had over 600 yards receiving, over 600 yards rushing. God knows how many touchdowns this guy had last year. This guy here can be an all-around complete back. I was not with G Sports last year when we drafted him, but he stirred my decision. He loved the decision. I didn't know about it.
We tried to tell you.
You tried to tell me.
We tried to tell you.
You tried to tell me. But now he has shown me his ability. And this guy going into the season next year is number 5 on my list as far as being an overall complete back heading into 2018. This guy, statistically, I can see having 1,000 yards receiving, over 800-900 yards rushing. And this guy, I can see having over 15 total touchdowns next year. So going into 2018, he's number 5 running back heading into the season.
G, who's number 5?
My number 5 is a rookie, Sonny Michel from Georgia.
The Patriots?
With the Patriots. I already know that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady is going to do wonders with this kid. I really thought that being at Georgia, splitting carries with somebody like Nick Chubb, kind of like diminished some of his skills because you really couldn't see him be an every now and back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think how the Patriots are going to use him, I think they're going to use him in the passing game a lot. I think they're going to use him in the run game a lot, and I think you're going to see how valuable he is with the Patriots, especially with you playing with a quarterback like Tom Brady and a guru like that, and Belichick, who knows how to put people in the right position, right situations to be successful. I think Sonny Michel is going to be a great fantasy running back. Y'all listening, huh? Right. Great fantasy running back. Can catch out the backfield good. You can line him up in the slot.
Right.
He can run between the tackles. He's a big back. I love his size. I love his athleticism. I think he's going to be a great back in his league, and I think he's going to have a lot of longevity because he doesn't take a lot of big hits because the way he runs, he runs behind his pads, doesn't take a lot of big hits. I like Sonny Michel as my 5th best running back going into 2018 this year.
That's a big lead.
To me, number 5 running back on to this year would be Derrick Henry. Style of offense they play. He's 1A, like as the most important player to that team outside of Mariota. But you lose, let DeMarco Murray go for a reason. Downhill runner, powerful. That offensive line is so underrated. They don't get the credit that they do. They invested wisely up front. And then you got Corey Davis, who showed you what he could do. Come back, that's going to open up some. You still got that man at tight end that gives
the lane walk.
That to me, outside of Travis Kelce and Gronk, I think he's up there as the best tight end in the league.
Right.
You just don't hear about him because he plays in a smaller market.
Correct.
Than the other two. But the numbers are proven. Ever since he came from San Francisco and went over there, he's been killing. But if you just look at that playoff run, and you know, 2 games is a playoff run in the NFL because you don't have that many games. You look at that running game. Look, he sealed the deal in the opening round against the I want to say it was the Chiefs. With the long run, he's showing you breakaway speed at that size, and now he has nobody really to split carries with.
Yeah, it's just him.
So I expect the numbers to go up some, especially later on in the season when teams start to get tired. Look, when the weather starts to get colder, he's a bigger back. You don't see that size back too often in this league, and it's his show.
Right.
Look, he's the first Alabama running back since Mark Ingram to come in and be productive in the league. He shared carries at Alabama, so he's fresher than what people thought, and he shared carries his whole career up until now. So I suspect overall Derrick Henry, 5th running back heading into next year.
Yeah. That's a good selection. I'm not gonna take both are great selections. I like Sony Michel because of the system he's in. And I love Derrick Henry because he's going to be the man now. Number 4 on my list is a guy who didn't play last year. I think if this guy is healthy, I think he's one of the probably more complete backs out of the backfield as far as catching and as running the football. Obviously, this guy plays in the NFC West. This guy's name is David Johnson. Heading into the season, to me, he's my number 4 black heading into the season. I think when this guy is healthy, he makes the Cardinals a competitive team. He makes the Cardinals will be to one of these championship-like, playoff-like teams. What he does, when he talking about the 2016 season when he was playing, we talking about a guy who had over 1,000 yards receiving. Guy who has maybe close to 50 to 60 receptions. Guy gonna have over 1,000 yards rushing. This guy's that important to that team and the overall back in the game. To me, at last year, if he'd have played, to me, the Cardinals would have still been as competitive as they were. But obviously, due to his loss, you look at him and say, man, this guy was an important piece. So coming into this year, being completely healthy from his injury, I'm looking at David Johnson to pick up where he left off at prior to the 2017 season. And this guy's, to me, is rated to me my number 1 4 running back going into the season.
That's a good pick. My 4th running back is Ezekiel Elliott. A lot of people would probably say they think Zeke is a top 3 back, top 2 back. Maybe some people might say he's the best running back. I gave him 4 because at the end of the day, I think Zeke, you playing behind arguably the best offensive line in the game. So I think that he's going to have a very, very productive year. I think that Dak is going into his 3rd year. He's getting better as a passer, which is going to make things better and life a lot better for somebody like Ezekiel Elliott. And Zeke is a hell of a running back, and I think he's only going to get better as the years going on. He's going into his 3rd year. Him and Dak it came into the league together. Right. So I think he's in for a big year. I can see Zeke rushing for about 1,500, 1,400 yards this year, probably 10, 12 touchdowns. So that's my 4th running back on my list.
4th running back on my list, I'm going with a rookie. I would have said Alvin Kamara, but I know that they're going to put him on a pitch count, especially with Mark Ingram out the first 4 games. That's why he's not going to be up there. But my number 4 guy would be Saquon Barkley. Here's the reason why. The New York Giants needed some type of running back. They hadn't had a real deal good running back since the tandem of Tiki Barber and Tiki Barber and Rondé. And Brandon Jacobs, that 3-headed monster, and it later became just Tiki Barber and Brandon Jacobs. But this is the reason why I put Saquon Barkley up there. The Giants are going to be a pass-first type thing. Well, you get Beckham back. You have Sterling Shepard. You got Evan Ingram. So you got guys that can win individual battles on all levels. Add in a Saquon Barkley who can beat you on the screen, who's headed and he's coming from a pro style offense. James Franklin ran a pro style offense because you knew about Saquon Barkley and you still couldn't stop him.
Right.
The zone running scheme that they're going to try to implement in the Giants that's tailor fitted for him. He has home run speed. He can make the guy miss. You know, it's a matchup nightmare. So and what I think a lot of people not thinking of, if an open space is going to be maybe your fourth or fifth best defender.
Right.
Because your number one is obviously going to go to Beckham. Number two, gotta respect Sterling Shepard. Number three, you gotta respect Evan Ingram, and you got to be able to run with him too, because he's a bigger body. He's a former wide receiver that's been moved to tight end. So you got to deal with that monster. Then you asking a strong side or you Mike to run with Saquon Barkley that has mismatched all over the field. The guy's legit, and he's used to playing in the cold.
Right.
So the weather change won't be. Therefore, now I'm not talking like he might not make the overall numbers impact, but I think he's going to be the fourth most important player to his team. That's why I'll go with Saquon Barkley.
Great pick. See, y'all boy got two rookies on your list.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Not bad, not bad. I don't have a rookie on my list, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to make an impact in this league. I think going to third, going into the season, I'm looking at a guy and saying, man, who can me be fitting that number 3? To me, that guy is who did damage this playoffs. That's Leonard Fournette. I'm looking at what he did. You know, he's probably their most important player on offense going into 2018. I'm looking at Jacksonville that re-signed Blake Bortles for a few more years. But Blake Bortles has showed throughout season after season that he's not the most consistent quarterback, in the league, but he's a quality, somewhat starter for that organization, for that team. But drafting Leonard Fournette last year, getting over 1,300 yards last year, you see that guy, if he's stealthy again, can still do that. He can move the chain, he can get first downs, and this guy can probably get over 10 to 12 touchdowns rushing the football. He has to become a little bit better as a pass protector, and he has to do a little bit better in the passing game. But going to the season, if Jacksonville is going to be competitive at all, still be a playoff team, Leonard Fournette is going to be the reason why they get there. So to me, that's just my reason why he's number 3rd overall on my list.
Not bad.
Yeah, look, Leonard had a hell of a year last year. Number 3 on my list, I gotta go with Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
I gotta go with Saquon Barkley. I just think that he's going into a great situation. You go into the Giants with all those weapons. You go into with a 2-time winning Super Bowl winning quarterback, and Eli Manning, Evan Ingram at tight end, Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard in the slot. I mean, it's a no-brainer when they took him 2nd overall, because I said this. I said if he'd have went to the Browns, I thought he was going to have a okay to solid career. Yeah. Going to the Giants is going to make him into the player that I thought he could be. Coming out of Penn State, and that's a stud.
Right.
So I think this kid,
head coach.
I think this kid is going to rush for 1,500 yards. I think he's going to have about 400-500 yards receiving out the backfield. I think he ends up with about 20 touchdowns from the line of scrimmage between receiving and running the ball. I think he has a phenomenal year. I think he propels the Giants to get to the playoffs.
He has one of those David Johnson kind of like situations where he can really impact the game that way. I understand why he's on your list. He could be the potential is there.
So I got 2 rookies on my list.
Me, initially when I thought of my list, I was gonna put LaShawn McCoy there, but it's too many factors. He's gonna have a rookie quarterback, whether it's A.J. McCarron, or Josh Allen. They're gonna be rookies. You have no receiving help. You lost Jordan Matthews. Obviously Sammy Watkins isn't out there no more. Charles Clay is your really only real deal guy. So Sean McCoy is that who I initially want to put there, but I just look at what they're going to ask him to do, and he's the older guy on the list. So, but the more and more I thought about it, my number 3 guy is going to be Melvin Gordon. Here's why.
Big.
Antonio Gates has left, but you
talking about bringing him back because Henry tore his ACL.
He tore his ACL.
When I made my list, Henry still had an ACL.
right.
But even losing a young upstart like Henry, You talking about Mike Williams coming back, their first round pick for last year, who's healthy now and starting to game. You had a healthy Keenan Allen. You still got Phillip Rivers. You know what I'm saying? That offensive line for the Chargers is real deal road graders. Melvin Gordon is a capable catcher, and he's used to the road grading type since Wisconsin. Look, his first year was horrible.
Right.
Didn't score a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? It was just a bad year. But they also passed the ball so much last year. But now, you know, they starting to get back, especially with Alex. Alex Lynn learned that the play action is going to be his meal ticket. But in order to be successful with the play action, you got to run the ball good.
Right.
Melvin Gordon has been putting up numbers since North Turner last year, and then Alex Lynn. I just see this as especially with Keenan Allen being healthy in the fold, that takes the pressure off the box right now because you're not going to cover him one-on-one.
And you're going to have Mike Williams who's going to be back.
Then Mike Williams come back. Everybody, assume what they can do, what he'll be able to do. Then plus on top of that, you're going to get more opportunities because that defense is underrated. You got two really good corners. You got Nick Bosa. I mean, is it Joey? One of the damn Bosa. Joey Bosa. You got Joey Bosa. You still got Ingram. You still got Perriman.
And you got Casey Hayward.
You know what I'm saying? One of the.
That's another conversation.
You know what I'm saying? So, look, I'm telling you that they're gonna get the ball more often than none, and that's gonna be the meal ticket. To give Phillip Rivers more time. So I put Melvin Gordon for me for number 3.
Now, I really debated my number 2 list, and that's a heck of a number 3. Both of y'all had great number 3s. Goddamn. I really debated between number 2, but this guy really last year really did it for me. Going to the season, I think he's the big ingredient why his team made it to the playoff. I know that the quarterback finally kind of had a start of a good season, but he was one of the biggest pieces why. And my number 2 guy going to the season is Todd Gurley. I like what Jared Goff did last year. He had to bounce back from his slump rookie season, but he had a great second sophomore performance. But Todd Gurley is the reason why the Rams really achieved some of the things that they did. Todd Gurley pretty much had over 1,300 yards. He was like number 2 in the league. He was number 1 in fucking total touchdowns as far as a running back. He had 13. I mean, Todd Gurley really solidified himself as being one of the most dominant backs in the game. So now I looked at this situation, man, I really wanted to I thought about a few running backs, Guys like Ezekiel Elliott I really had at number 2. Guys like, Shady McCall I was thinking about, but man, Todd Gurley has shown why, he is one of those guys and why his team is going to be competitive. I know Jared Goff had a good sophomore season, but you can't deny a guy who's number 2 overall in rushing the football. You can't deny a guy who had 13 total touchdowns as the running back from rushing the football. So to me, heading to the next season, if Todd Gurley still is that guy, then he's still the number 2 running back going to the season next year. That's my number 2 pick.
My number 2 is Alvin Kamara. He's going to have 4 games to showcase that he's a complete every down back, which I thought he was when we drafted him. I saw it at Tennessee when the starter, I forgot his name. Jalen Hurts went down. No, that was Jalen Hurts. When he went down and he took over for him, Kamara showed that he could be every down back. I think Kamara shows through the first 4 games that he is that guy. And I think when Ingram comes back, Ingram still gets carries and still gets touches. But Sean Payton is going to make sure that Kamara gets most of the load. And I think you see Kamara put up some pretty big numbers next year. Yeah. I think you see Kamara rush for about 1,300 yards, about 10, 12 touchdowns. I think you see him get about 500 to 600 receiving yards, maybe 4 or 5 receiving touchdowns. I think you see him up. I'm not saying he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year, but I think you see him as a candidate as Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC. And I think it's prized. I think everything happens for a reason. I look at everything in a spiritual realm. I think it was a reason why Mark Ingram got suspended these first 4 games, and it was because they want the world to see that Kamara is an every down back, and he gonna show the world that he big time. So I got Kamara as my second best running back going into 2018 season.
Ooh, it's a solid one. I'm not gonna take no solid.
Number 2. Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell. Oh man, what is left to say not to be said about Le'Veon? You could argue, to me, don't get me twisted. I still think he's the best running back in the league. I'm talking about like
heading into the season.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about heading to the season, the outlook of the team. Look, with the emergence of Juju Smith-Schuster, Antonio Brown. Look, you're gonna want Ben to throw that thing. What receiver they just got? Because they got rid of Martavis Bryant.
They drafted somebody. I
can't think of who.
They traded Martavis Bryant, but they drafted somebody. And they got rid of Eli Rogers.
Like, and Todd Haley is not the coach there no more. He's not the offensive coordinator.
He's in Cleveland.
So we don't know what that team's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if they're going to be if they brought in a pass happy guy. We don't know if they brought in a balanced guy. We don't know if they brought in a run heavy guy.
Right.
So you don't know. But what I do know is Le'Veon Bell's going to get it done. He's a patient runner. That's well documented. He can catch out the backfield. And the thing I like the most about Le'Veon Bell is he gets better as the season goes on. He might not give you a spectacular week one, especially since he's going to do the holdout thing again and all that stuff. So he might not get back into that good. All right, that's Le'Veon Bell. That's a Le'Veon Bell that we know formed until like week 3.
Right.
But the Steelers are gearing up for a playoff run.
Right.
So when it counts the most, I think he's gonna show up. That's why I got Le'Veon Bell as my to me is number 2.
Well, your number 2 is my number 1.
Nothing wrong with
it. Le'Veon Bell. This guy has not allowed the sack and for me, it's not just what he does as a runner and what he does as a passer, but it's also what he does in pass protection. He does not allow Big Ben to get sacked if he's back there pass protecting that football. And I think that's one of the things that most running backs don't do well.
What was his ass at when they played the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I don't know where the hell he was at. I don't know where the hell he was at. Because they were getting to the quarterback. But Le'Veon Bell, to me, is number 1 back heading into the season. This guy, as far as a passer, I think he's a back that can get 1,000 yards receiving. That's the kind of back that I see him as. On top of that, he can give you 14, 15, 1,600 yards rushing if he needed to. This is the only back I see heading into the season where I can think, man, this guy can really have, if he plays 16 games, total of 20 or 25 touchdowns. I think he has that capability offensively. I think that he's that type of talent. Now, whether he produces that is not the subject, but I think the talent is there. He can have one of those MVP seasons that LaDainian Tomlinson had when he had like those 28 touchdowns, I think it's 26 or 28 touchdowns overall. I think Le'Veon Bell has the type of capability. Whether it happens or not is not what I'm discussing, but that's the only talent I see that can do that. He's the most complete back in the game heading into the season, and plus he's the most one of the most players on that team that requires them to make that playoff run in Le'Veon Bell. So to me, my number 1 guy heading into the season, I'm putting the most pressure on, is Le'Veon Bell.
My number 1 running back is going to surprise a lot of people. And it's not that I'm saying he's the best running back in the NFL.
Right.
But I always say you only good at your situation. I think the number 1 running back going into 2018 who he's going to see that's going to have the most production is Devontae Freeman. And here's why.
Nice.
The situation that he's going into. Julio Jones. You got Ridley. You got Sanu on the outside. You got an MVP candidate type quarterback. And Matt Ryan, a stout offensive line. Mac controlling that offensive line at center. And then you got Tevin Coleman helping him out on 3rd downs and stuff like that. Interchangeable, keeping it fresh. Devontae Freeman, I think he's going to have a big time year. I think Devontae Freeman probably will lead the NFL in rushing this year. I think he's going to get around about 1,700 yards. I think you're going to see him catch about 400-500 yards at the backfield. I think you're going to see him have about 25 touchdowns from the line of scrimmage. He's going to be big time this year. I'm going to say it again. Am I saying he's the best running back in the league? No. But I think he's going to be has the most production out of all the running backs in the NFL because he's in a great situation. I think Sarkisian came back, huh?
Yeah.
Sarkisian came back. I think Sarkisian learned his lesson from
the alcoholic.
I think right. I think he moved from Hennessy to Ciroc.
That's a downgrade.
He needs a downgrade.
I think the white don't have him so hyped. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think
he needs the white.
I think you see Devontae Freeman in situations to where he's going against a a defense to where they got 5 or 6 DBs on the field because they're so worried about Julio, Sanu, Ridley, a Hooper at the tight end situation.
Right.
They are going to be stout, and they're going to be pretty tough offensively. And you're going to see, once Devontae Freeman get to the second level, it's counts on Christmas.
You can ask Jarvis Bird.
That's my number 1 running back for his production rise going into 2018.
The way you set it up is the way how I'm about to knock it out the park. You know what I'm saying? The same reason why, but a different running back. You got a proven play caller in Sean McVay. You got Cooper Kupp. You got Brandon Cooks. You got you 2 legit downfield threats. Robert Woods has came over to you and proven that he's an above average route runner and as Jared Goff's guy. Going into that second year playing Jared Everett at tight end in an offensive line that's built to knock you out. Plus what that defense is going to give you the ball back. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 running back is going to be Todd Gurley. He can catch out the backfield. He can run out the backfield. You're only as good as your situation. But goddamn it, paint me a better one outside of Devontae Freeman, who is the number 1 guy and the only guy. He has no backup. There's no backup plan. If he goes down, he's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that combination. You got Cooks who. Since he left the Saints, it's like people just use him as a downfield threat. Okay, well, he can fly. Well, that's going to take a safety and a cornerback out. Well, you got Connor Cook who can fly and run routes. So that takes the other safety and another one. Then you got Jared Everett who's a monster in itself. That takes your middle linebacker or one of your linebackers out there who's going to help on Robert Woods coming across the middle. So that takes I mean, you have no choice. Yeah. But to open the box up. And you got a man-child. Who the hell wants to tackle Todd Gurley?
I don't.
Coming full speed and can run away from you. Look, the Rams just set this up. I think that was the best way for them to come back. Because, yeah, Sammy Watkins did some special things for him. But Sammy Watkins hasn't been that Sammy Watkins that he was when he first started in Buffalo. So the speed wasn't there. The route running got better. He still was a jump ball fanatic, but going into what they just set up, speed, route running, and now you still got the bell cow. That's the reason why number 1. Now notice y'all didn't see Zeke on my list. The main reason why you didn't see Zeke on my list because yes, that offensive line is legit, but one part of what made the Dallas running game so special was having Jason Witten over there. Jason Witten was able to block a defensive end by himself, allowing the tackles to climb up to the next level. Right. So you saying it's just one-on-one with Zeke and the safety. I don't know what type of blocker Gino Escobar is. The motherfucker never seen the field. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So look, you losing that guy and somebody who knew the whole offense and he's actually paid attention and studied film and got with the running backs. Where do y'all feel comfortable running? Y'all feel comfortable running inside or outside? And he changed his blocking. That changed the reason why Kamara wasn't on my list. Everybody knows about him now. And Sean Payton has came out and said that he was going to be on the pitch count. And I already stated why Sean McCoy wasn't going to be on my list.
Well, one of the biggest reasons I love Devontae Freeman. I debated that between him and Kamara going 5, but I chose Kamara because Kamara is going to have 4 games without having a Mark Ingram on his team. He's still going to have Tevin Coleman that's going to take snaps with him. That's one of the biggest reasons. I didn't have Ezekiel Elliott on my list because, again, one of the big things you just mentioned, a guy like Jason Witten is not going to be on the team no more. So, yes, they have the best offensive line, but they're going to miss another key ingredient in that blocking attack in Dallas, not having Jason Witten there. So I didn't really choose it, Ezekiel Elliott on my list. And Shady McCoy, I think as much as how great of a back I think he is, but going to the situation with whether it's A.J. McCarron or Josh Allen, it's a rookie quarterback. And so they didn't make my list, so to speak, but the 5 guys I have going on my list, if they produce well, their teams are postseason ready. That's what I chose those 5 guys. I think Atlanta still can make the postseason even if Freeman somehow had to have a significant injury going into the season. But the 5 guys I chose, I think they're that important to their teams making the playoffs. What you got, G?
I just think that, you know,
great list, by the way.
Yeah, I just think that, like, you know, when you start talking about running backs and I think running back is starting to get that swag.
That swag.
You know what I'm saying? I think running back had kind of lost his luster over the last 4 or 5 years. I think he's starting to still come back, especially when you see somebody like Saquon Barkley going number 2. I think that kid is a freak. I think he's a phenom. I think he shows people that, look, the running back position is important. Leonard Fournette showed that last year, you know, leading that team to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They had the Patriots on the ropes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
Facts.
And he was a big part of that.
Facts.
And I think that you're going to see somebody like the 2 running backs I had on my list as rookies, Sonny Michel and Saquon Barkley. I think those 2 guys have a great chance to make big impacts as rookies. And like I said, bro, Devontae Freeman, bro, I just think he's in for a big year because of the situation he's in. And I think they put him in a situation where he's going to just do numbers this year. I'm talking about lottery numbers.
Now, I want to read...
The only problem I have with Sonny Michel, Jeremy Hill's on that team, too.
Well, see, and that's why I want to read one of the comments, because...
I think Jeremy Hill, you know, it's kind of lost his luster a little bit when he was in Cincinnati. I don't... And then he's really a downhill runner. He don't really catch out the backfield. The way the Patriots like to play, they want somebody in the game that can run and catch out the backfield.
But he could. When Hugh Jackson was the OC, he proved that he could catch out the backfield. It's just that
not like Sonny Michel though.
Not like it, but you know,
it goes to the comment of Sharon Brady. He says, Bell, Zeke, we got to get ready to wrap up. I'm going to read a couple of these comments. Ty Gurley, David Johnson, and I think Jeremy Hill will have a great season as a Patriot this year. I'm assuming he has Jeremy Hill as his number 5. And Ronald Jones says Le'Veon Bell, I'm assuming he's number 1, Kamara, Gurley, David Johnson, and Zeke. That's his top 5, which I think is not a bad top 5 either, you know, going into the season. Next week, you know, we probably want to also discuss, you know, is the NFC South one of still the toughest divisions in football? We get into that. Next week, on the defensive side of the ball, what position we think we should be discussing?
Corner.
Corner? What you think, Coach?
I would say safety. You know what I'm saying? We'll do corner. I was thinking going corner and wide receiver back to back. You know, we did linebacker, quarterback, running back. So running back and safety.
What you thinking, G?
I'm thinking corner. I want to attack that corner.
You want to attack the corner?
Coach,
he want to attack the safety.
I want to attack it.
You want to attack the corner.
We'll hash it out after the show.
Hey, I tell you what, fans, y'all decide.
Y'all decide.
Hit it up on our fan page. Winning votes. That's what we
Winning votes. We'll put a poll on Twitter.
There it is.
Y'all be on Twitter.
And Facebook.
And Facebook. Put a poll up. I'm going to put a poll up tomorrow. Corners, safeties we discussed next week on Next Week's Show Thursday.
No, we got to get out here for the producer killers.
He's going to kill us. Let us know. Thank y'all for tuning in, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Listen, it's your boy Fred.
G Sports, man, we signing out.
You know what I'm saying? Coach Hurricane here. Remember, there ain't no damn GOAT in team sports, baby.
Here you
Coach is always right.
Hey, you go.
Shut up, hey.
We out, folks. Y'all have a good one. Y'all tune in next Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports.
And stay tuned for the Coco Pleasure Hour.
The Pleasure Hour. It's like Jason Terry, baby. Jason Terry on the Pleasure Hour, baby.
Brian Jones said DBs.
DBs? As a whole?
Y'all know how it's going down. Skip, chicken and watermelon on New Orleans Talk Network. Boom.
Holla at you, man, and interact with us. And we're going to make this thing on the top with New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real sports. And not only sports, it's everyday activity in life, man.
Yo, what's up? It's Poogle Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.